What is up, YouTube? It is me, the artisan MC, and the stream may be kind of slow because the internet is not that good right now where I'm at. So we'll see what happens. And this is a late one. What is it? Almost 10 o'clock my time, which means it's about 7 on the West Coast, but East Coast where I am right now is late. People got work in the morning. So I'm going to try to punch the clock, get this short one in there, see who shows up. And if they show up, they do. If they don't, they don't. But I said I was going to do a stream today. I wasn't sure what time it was going to be today because we were busy. But, you know, shit showered and shaved and ready for the evening. Shout out to Malika. He was in here early. What's good with you, Malika? Shout out to Rosie. What's up, Dr. Rosie? He said, Buenos noches, señor Antonio. Buenos noches? What does it say? Besos. How about that? There you go. Shout out to Studio. Said, what's good, Arson? What's good, Studio? I'm on your coast now, homie. So I'm getting on your time. I'm getting on your time. I'm over over in, what is it? St. Mary's, Georgia right now. I'm doing some work up in Kings Bay. So we are out in the country, and the place they got us is cool. Noches is night. I couldn't remember exactly what noches was, if it was night or tomorrow. Buenos noches, good night. And what else? I forget what it was. What up, Malika? I'm on your time, man. You ain't got to stay up. I know you both. No, tomorrow your off day. You're gonna be off tomorrow, so you ain't even got to worry about being up late. I met somebody today from your city, Malika, and I told her flat out. I said, "No, you good. You from Philly? Yeah, I know what y'all like. You all right? You good with me." So I'll keep this one brief because it's late, and I know it is outside of my normal time, but travel plans dictated that I was flying all day yesterday. So I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning, West Coast time, and I flew all the way here, stopped in Dallas. Then from Dallas to Jacksonville, Florida. And from Florida, we drove up to Georgia. So I didn't get here till like 10:30 in the evening, East Coast time. I was still awake until about 2, but that was not the time to be doing no stream. So why not as tomorrow? How do you say kiss me on my belly button? It's November. I'm going to be pretty flirty. Besame somewhere. I don't know how to say belly. Between my breasties. How about that? Let's see. Beso. Kiss me between my breast. Besame chichi. I don't know. Don't let me get you in trouble because it's Scorpio time, dude. I will be flirty. Effing weirdo. Hey, you showed up here. Who was more weird? Oh, I froze up. God damn it. Damn it. Give me a one if you can still hear me because my picture froze up for me. I am what I am. You're saying that in the wrong place to be offending somebody. Anyway, y'all. So what's good? What's up? What are y'all into today? I have to tell you, I have not checked out any geek stuff this week because I was getting ready to travel. So I do not know what the latest news is right now. I have to be honest with you. I did see that they low-key tried to announce or just put it out there and who it might be, and that Damson Idris might be the new Black Panther. I like Damson. I liked him in F1, definitely, but I'm sure he'll do fine. I think what is he on? Snowfall? I don't watch Snowfall. I don't. I live in California, so I don't watch this shit. So it's not that damn interesting to me. But I would have really liked to have seen it. Well, put it this way. I can tell why they picked him because he's darker. They wanted somebody dark to represent the Black Panther. Can't Black Panther be light skinned. Some people might get offended by that shit, especially if he's supposed to be from Africa. So I can see aesthetically why they picked Damson Idris. My choice, though, who I thought could have done the role of Black Panther, it would have been a big deal for him. And he's physical. He can do the physicality that's needed to play the role. He's young, which is needed to play the role. And he's an actor he is somewhat a no name, which means you can get him at a low price and keep him longer. Right? It would make his star blow up just like Chris Hemsworth and some of those other people that jumped into the Marvel movies. And that would have been, I'm forgetting his name right now. He made a big deal about trying to make sure people remember his name. But Reggie from Bad Boys 4. You saw his fight scene. His fight scene got reactions all over YouTube, right? I thought he would have been good. And one of the interviews I saw after Bad Boys 4 about him is that all that physical stuff he did himself. I don't think it was really training. I think he really did become a Marine from New York. So he ain't scared. He ain't no punk. And I think he really knows some of that shit. So I really like the way he moved in his fight scene that he had in Bad Boys 4. And in the interview that he did, he said he wanted to play Black Panther. He put it out there that he wanted to do Black Panther. It would be a dream for him. And I'm like, hell yeah, get him. Because he shocked the world having his scene in Bad Boys 4. Shit, give it to him. Why not? Because he light-skinned it? I don't give a fuck. Look, I don't care. There was a light-skinned Black Panther in the comics before. They called his ass Casper at that. Like, come on, man. I'm not worried about it. If they think Ryan Gosling can be, the White Panther, they can give it to that dude. So I don't have anything against Damson Idris. I only have my experience with him in F1. So I'm sure he'll probably do fine. But I would like to see a homeboy that played Reggie. And I'm forgetting his name. And I hate forgetting people's names, especially brothers. Let's see. Let me I have to use my Google fingers because it's late. And I'm low-key tired. Low-key tired. Come on, where's Reggie? There he is. Dennis Green. Dennis Green. Now, let's see if I can share this without the dang computer slowing down to a crawl. All right. Vanessa. There you go. This brother right here, Dennis Green. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I can see him being a Black Panther. Why not? Why not? Because he's not super dark? Come on, man. It's all, if you've ever been to Africa, you would know there's all kinds of colors there. Everybody ain't just blue, black. Look, AB. Yeah, what's up, AB? Yeah, close enough. I'd buy him as T'Challa's son, Toussaint. Why not? Look, Chadwick wasn't super dark. Lupita, she dark. They could have had an in-between baby. if you want to believe it that way. Yeah, they could have been Toussaint. You don't have to go super dark like white folks trying not to offend somebody. No, I would have bought him. Dennis Green. Dennis Green. I'm committing his name to memory so I don't forget it again. He said he wanted to do it. The way he was moving, I could see him doing it. He could do the physicality. I know his fight scenes wouldn't have to be CG'd. Damson, I haven't seen him do no fight scenes or anything. I just saw him act. Damson Idris or Dennis Green could be a good son of T'Challa. Yeah, why not? They named T'Challa anyway. It's just a junior. And Shuri still needs a man. No, she don't. She needs a girlfriend. She got Dora Milaje trained. She ready for the feminine touch. Shuri need to get back in her lab. Just saying. At least the MCU Shuri need to get back in her lab. If you was going to give me the comics version of Shuri, yeah, she could be out there in the field all day. Wouldn't be worried about her. She is going to die, though, because Shuri in the comics did die. She did come back, too, though. But, you know, it's comic books. Everybody always comes back when they die. Unless you were in an origin story, then your ass never come back. Because that would ruin the origin. So, I heard that little bit of news, and he is an actor. He is a somewhat unknown actor, but that Reggie scene in Bad Boys woke some folks up about him. Because if you don't know, I don't know how many of y'all even saw Bad Boys 4, Ride or Die? Put a one in the chat if you even saw Bad Boys 4. But you might not have seen it. You might have missed it. And you fucked up by doing that if you did. You didn't see it. You did yourself a disservice. You need to be flogged. You are a wretch. Who the fuck is calling me? Damn, why do I turn this thing on? It's all boobies on my screen for some reason. See if I can get my copyright for the day. I love Martin. Okay, let's see. Since this is a TV and not radio, it works better if you can see. Was that the one where Will Smith had a son? Yep, where his son was a killer. His son was a straight up killer. All right, here we go. We're gonna get the copyright for the day and get it over with. Because I remember seeing Bad Boys Ride or Die, and I actually liked it. I thought it would be a good way for them to hand it off to some other people, but that would mean that Martin and Will's characters would have to move up in the department to actually run the department and not still be the ones running around in the street. What up to Triv? Trusted Monday church service? Yeah. Monday worship. All right, that's the Reggie scene from Bad Boys Ride. Now remember, if I know, Chadwick Boseman wasn't a martial artist either. All right. He was just invested in the role he was doing. So his fight scenes looked good, right, for what he was doing. But it was fight choreography. Now, this dude, Dennis Green's fight scene, if I remember the interview correctly, there was some fight choreography, but he did it all himself because he really could. He really did go off into the military. So it wasn't nothing really outside of his wheelhouse. Had some fight training and some gun training. If you ever saw Sucker Punch, for as much as people hate Zack Snyder took what 4 or 5 chicks that you would never think of and turned them into like action stars, bro. And that shit looked good. Zack Snyder knows his fight scenes, or at least his. You see that face? I can see that on the Black Panther, right? I can see the Black Panther with that face, with that scowl on, pull his mask off, and like, yeah, I'm gonna whoop you. Now, like I said, watch how he's moving. Yes, it could have been fight choreography. It could have been fight choreography, but he's pulling it off. Well, I don't think for this movie he was sitting there like they was doing for the Matrix and had been training for fucking 5-6 months to a year. No. Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go. It's moving slow, but it's moving. It's moving slow, but it's moving. What up, Trust? Come on. Wrong one. One more. There you go. There you go. There you go. What up, Hitflix? And my brother Joe Herb. It was good. Why did it shrink like that, though? I hate it when it goes slow because I can do something else and mess up the whole deal because I'm not understanding why this thing is moving so slow. Like right now, it's the small screen layout. Get back to the regular screen. Goddammit. There we go. There we go. All right. So what's up, Toya? What's good with you? So Hitflix said, I like this scene. They played his character off to be inept, but when it was time to show off, he did. Yeah, they played him off as kind of a joke and inept, not really a man for the first time. For the first couple of times you saw his character, till he went off to the Marines. Mine is that Dennis Green did actually go off to the Marines. So doing that scene made you change how you saw Reggie, straight up. From the time you saw him as a kid taking his Martin's daughter out in the show to that point, his character changed. With the movie scene, I had Martin, being out there because Martin is older and he kind of swole up now. That last movie, he didn't look bad, but he was kind of swole up. You can tell something's going on with him, thyroid or something that's happening. So I just saw it as, look, that's his friend. He getting his friend some money. That's all it was. So whatever. What up, Herb? So Herb gonna be the birthday boy in another What is today? The third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So like Thursday or so, it's gonna be Herb's birthday. What are you turning, Herb? Finally 50? If you can believe that shit. Like, like, don't Herb too long. Yeah, watch the movie again. I mean, if anything, watch the movie and enjoy the camera work in that movie. Just like in that Reggie scene. All those push throughs where they're going through cameras and video cameras and whatnot into the live set. It's stuff you've already seen in the Matrix, but it looks cool in that scene. They did a lot of interesting camera work in that movie. They did. From having the actors rigged up with the camera so it's right in their face, steady cam style while they're shooting and stuff, to swinging around them and stuff. They did a lot of cool camera work. Oh, you got the big turkey stuff. And look at that. 50 years? Jesus Christ. Herb, that means I've known you for damn near, fuck. Damn near 30 years. Damn near 30 years. Jeez, Herb. Bro, that is a long time. No, not 30 years. But DX is turning 33 this year, so that's why I'm counting it as being like 30 years. But it might be because you knew me before I had kids. Yeesh. Holy shit, Herb. We like old friends now, homeboy. We be grumpy old men in a bit. Holy shit. Happy 50. I gotta get you something for your birthday now. Get some Ben Gay and a cane. No, I definitely got to try to get you something when I get back. Yeah, when I get back. I won't be back to right before Thanksgiving, but holy shit, Herb, 50? I've known you a long damn time, bro. That's a long time. Yeah, because look, Chew is going to be 27, or she is 27. You've known me before she was born. So that's over 30 years. Holy shit. Get you something for your back. Yep. Yep, I'm going to sign you up for some cortisone shots at Kaiser. Yep, I'll sign you up for some cortisone shots. Make sure you get your prostate exam. What up, Charles? I'm on your time now, homie. Prepare for my arrival. Not like I said, hello to everybody else but the fucking host. You fucked up, Charles. Come to your channel, I'll say hello to you first, you big motherfucker. Don't say hello to the host. It's like, yeah, you throwing a party. Hey, what's up, everybody? Fuck this nigga throwing a party, though. Crazy. Peace only fun to call live. Peace, chat. Welcome talk. What's up, Kofa? It's good to see you. Yeah, I'm usually on West Coast time. This time I'm on East Coast time. So that's why you caught it. And I did it really late. So some people was up. I said I wasn't going to do it long. But the link is in the chat if y'all want to bounce up here and talk for a hot minute, since this is going to be a hit and run stream. I'm not going to do this all night because I do have to get up early today. It's already 10. Oh, yeah, you need a box of Ensure. some Lactaid. Some coupons for some Lactaid and shit. In case you're lactose intolerant. Oh, shit. What up, Beast? Got a lot of people from your state, homie. A lot of people from your state with me today. Just doing a late stream. I won't be on Rivals because I left my PS5 at home. I didn't bring it with me. So hopefully nothing major is dropping on Rivals. I don't have any rankings or anything. I made sure I was up to date on everything and got all the drops that were there at the time. before I left. So I have to do a lot of double duty when I get back just to catch up. Yeah. Excuse me. So what do y'all got? What are you interested in? You want some opinions? You're playing MK Legacy. AB, you a classic. You a classic, bro. You is a classic. I haven't played even MK1 yet. I still like it. Well, 11, I think it was 11 or 12, whichever one the last one was. I still like that one. I don't play fighting games as much as I did when I was in my 20s. I just right now it's I either play a RPG, open world, or it's a quick fix game. That's it. I usually don't have time for anything else. Beastly say. No, we should be getting a trailer for season 5 tomorrow or Wednesday because the new season starts next week. Yeah. So I'll be a week behind on one season on that, and then I am division season is still running for it was 6 weeks when I left. So I still got a couple weeks. I'll still have 3 weeks left on the division stuff. Which I had my Halloween costume and it looked creepy. You ever seen a scarecrow running around with a light machine gun? It looked pretty creepy, bro. Growth Talk. No, I have not played Ghost of Yotai yet, but I still didn't finish Ghost of Tsushima. I hadn't finished that yet. Because what was it that took my attention away from Ghost of Tsushima? It might have been the Division, and then my attention got taken away from the Division for Rivals. So I've just been on open world games. But it looks beautiful, but it came from the same company, so it should look beautiful. I didn't think they graphics would go to shit over the course of one game. Like that would be stupid. So you're behind on fighting games. Thinking about an RPG. Yeah, I'm behind on fighting games. I stopped really caring about fighting games as much about MK. I want to say 7 or something like that. I think it was about 7. Like at that point, I had played all of them for years. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur. What was the other one? I didn't like Tekken as much. My son loved Tekken. I didn't like it as much. So he was all into that one. Soul Calibur, and there's one other one I played. Killer Instinct. I really like those. After that, after a couple of I'm good. At that point, it's like playing Madden, dude. It's the same fucking game. They just put a different number on the box. So what? I played all the characters. I'm good. Sun Wukong. I didn't play that one. I think I had a free test of that one. I played a little bit of it, but I only played the tester. I didn't play the whole thing. Yeah, growth, life be lifing, man. I usually don't have time. Like, there's a reason I call my killing time streams for that reason. I had an hour to kill. Holy cow. What I want to do for that hour that I had nothing planned because I'm usually thing. When I leave work, I'm back home and I'm either trying to watch something for y'all to make a video for, try to edit that video and get it out, which means I'm up till probably midnight, 2 o'clock. Or I fall asleep at the damn computer. And when I wake up, it's time to get back to the job. So, don't talk about my favorite game, AB Skyrim. I still ain't done with Skyrim. I never want to finish that game. Skyrim to me is like having a Mustang in your driveway that you're fixing. I never want to finish it necessarily. I never do. It's more fun to work on it than it is to finish it and need to find something else to do with it. Well, I love playing Skyrim. I still haven't finished my Argonian playthrough. Grimlock the Grievous. Still ain't finished that one. But I love playing it. The one I'm playing now is my red guard is a chick. And I had something going on turning her into a vampire or something because I fell asleep playing the shit. And I had that Bloodborne or whatever it was DLC. So I was trying to get into that vampire's castle and I fell asleep playing that shit and she turned. And I didn't want her to turn. That's why I hadn't played it again. It's like, fuck, I wasn't trying to turn into a vampire. There's supposed to be a way to turn it back, even if you've turned, to turn it back to human. But you have to find some other guy in it. It's been a while. But that's where I'm at on that shit. Yeah, you're never done with Skyrim. Dude, I played 4 different characters on Skyrim. Well, I told you for a while, I started it on my laptop. And then my kids messed up my laptop. So I didn't get back to that character. Then I started one on console. And then I started one on console at the comic shop that I was playing when I had free time at the comic shop. Like, so I've had a couple of characters. What up, Ray? The Homo forces in the building. Yeah, I'm never done with Skyrim. I never want to be done with Skyrim. I don't. Thinking about it now makes me want to go shoot somebody in their fucking head with an arrow. Go walking out in the woods and see what try to jump out, your money or your life. How about yours? I'm not a prick, but don't test me. Yeah, Skyrim is just one of those games you never want to finish. Yeah, that's just what it is. I don't want to finish it. It's a beautiful game. It is literally a beautiful game. The only game that I've seen as beautiful as Skyrim is that Ghost of Tsushima. I probably wouldn't want to finish that game either. Cause like, nowadays, I remember when this came in, when they first start announcing how long games took to finish, people just start trying to rush through it quicker than that. Right. And that was like Legend of Zelda. They said it was like a 40, 80-hour game. Once they know how long the game took, you had a rise of gamers that just want to rush through the game to say they beat that time. I'm not interested in rushing through the game. I want to play it for a while. I want to enjoy it. That's the point. Like, think of it this way. If you were on vacation in a beach house with a big TV, and the only thing hooked up to that television was a regular Nintendo Entertainment System and Super Mario Brothers in that bitch, you wouldn't play it? You wouldn't play it? You'd be wearing that shit out like it was nothing. Cross pad, start, select, A, B buttons, you'd be wearing that game out. Out. Because a good game, you always want to play it. I never was into rushing through a game just to finish it to say it was done. Yeah, that's why I play adventure games. I want an adventure, dude. I want some escapism. It's like watching a movie, just I'm in control of the character. No. And Ghost of Yotai, I saw it. It does look awesome. It does. But it's based on Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is beautiful. If I thought Skyrim was beautiful, Ghost of Tsushima blew that shit out the water. Like, bruh. I still got a sword. I'm just a samurai. That shit was awesome. Every time I played that game, when I streamed the Killing Time with Ghost of Tsushima, Dr. T aside was showing up like, this game looks beautiful. It's like, yeah, Dr. T, I don't know if you got time for it, but it's a beautiful looking game, bro. They spent their time. So Ghost of Yotai, the little scenes I've seen of it, same. Can't play and finish any Elder Scrolls, no matter what. In game, I become a kleptomaniac. Can't stop, bruh. Look, Skyrim is the game that I played like San Andreas. That was the only Grand Theft Auto game I ever played and enjoyed. And I had Vice City. I didn't really care for Vice City. San Andreas, every house, every girlfriend maxed out. I just have to do rotations. Cars, garages full of cars and motorcycles, clothes, money. Yeah, I finished the game. So what? It's my city. It's my world. Like, I play it just to enjoy it. Skyrim is the same way. I had houses all over the place, full of shit, armor models and stuff like that. I got the house the house that you build with your little adopted white kids and stuff. Yeah, if a dragon show up and wants some smoke, you get it. I kill dragons, all kind of shit, bro. Look, let me just go up in my house and chill on my deck and look at the lake. Don't bring that shit over here. Y'all down there trying to sacrifice somebody, I will fireball you the hell out of here. I'll play San Andreas just to do road trip. Yeah, that's what I do. I played San Andreas one day. There was two things I did, and only two things I did. I rode my motorcycle around the whole fucking thing, around the whole map, around the whole map. Started on Grove Street and just rode fast as shit, right? Then when I came back to San Andreas, I went to the airport and then I flew. Bruh. And then when I got bored, I started getting stars. You know, the shit you do. The shit you do. I started getting stars and lead these motherfuckers on a chase all over the place. You can't catch me. San Andreas is fun. It's just fun. I get bored in the plane, I jump out that bitch. Parachute. I'm in an asshole mood. Where are the people I don't like showing up? Flamethrower. So just not flamethrower, the Molotovs. Put on Molotovs at them and then get that double-ended dildo and start beating your shit out of them. Look, I can be an asshole. So in GTA 5, I don't play online like that and play with Franklin and do a road trip on the bike. I have GTA 5 on my PS5. I have not played that shit at all. Even though I understand that it kind of starts in San Andreas, I haven't played it because I like immersive games like that, but it makes it hard to take on new games because I'm not rushing through them. I don't like having a lot of unfinished shit. So I won't play it because I know I don't have the time to take it on to get into it and finish it out. Like, I don't got that kind of time. I'm not sure I want to have that kind of time. You know, I was unemployed or something. But yeah, San Andreas, I road trip. Skyrim, I ride around on my horse, trying to find new things. Going through dungeons I had never been in before, didn't even know it was there. Like, who the hell is up in here, man? We about to find out. Somebody gonna get it. Where my life steal blades and poison. Ghost of Tsushima, I do the same thing. I ride around and look for these foxes and those little headbands and swords and stuff. Because I collect. I collect shit. Just what it is. Find wandering little Ronin and shit that won't want it. Get my skills up. But that's why I play RPGs and adventure games. Because you can do stuff like that. That's why I like open world, because I like exploring everything. Everything. It's more fun that way. So There's something else that I've been thinking about. I mentioned it last week, and it's about that whole Warner Brothers possibly being bought and James Gunn being out of a job. Rosie said, I play Animal Crossing. My daughter loved Animal Crossing. Her boyfriend, her last boyfriend, let her play that damn Animal Crossing shit. She wanted a whole Switch because of that damn game. I'm like, motherfucker, you've been having Game Boy since, Pokemon was the thing. You kind of gave it up. They was just sitting around, but Animal Crossing came out. Where's my old Game Boy? I don't know. Where'd you put it? Play Animal Crossing. Really? I saw her little thing on there. I said, oh, that's so cute. It looks just like you. That's her caller ID now. She sent me the picture of that thing on Animal Crossing. Her little character. That's that's her caller ID on my phone. That little thing. Looked like a Powerpuff Girl. Look, everybody now, whether you know it or not, females especially, are fucking gamers. Everybody's a gamer now. And the reason I say that, how I classify it, if you play a game on your phone religiously, you're a fucking gamer. I was at my mother's house yesterday before I went to the airport. What is she doing? Playing her game. What is her game? A casino game on her iPad. She's just sitting there playing it while she's watching TV every day. She's a fucking gamer now. She's retired. She's a fucking gamer, dude. She may not be trying to slay a dragon or rob a bank or anything like that, but she devoted to that game. That makes her a fucking gamer. It's just a casino game. She like winning money. Who don't? Ray Hammer, he said James Gunn was crazy in making Peacemaker. No, he was simping. He's crazy for making that season of Peacemaker that he made. He didn't have a full idea, or he didn't have time to write it out completely. He just threw some bullet points out there and strewn that shit together with his sympathy for his wife, which is not damn entertaining. He got the right to do with his wife. He probably thinks she's beautiful, one of the most beautiful women in the world. That's your right, dude. That's your wife. I don't think so. And I don't think I want to watch the whole show about her. I'm not interested. She got funny looking lips to me. Derpy face she be making. Like, she's too skinny. So, love her all you want to. It's your wife. I don't. And I'm waiting to see the Peacemaker show. That's mostly about Peacemaker. Not about him simping after some girl the same way you simping after your wife. Herb said, if the WB is sold, will the buyer have ownership of the comic book characters? Yes, I would think so. I would think so because that's part of Warner Brothers. So the way I keep hearing it couched is that if Warner Brothers is sold, it's definite that James Gunn is out of there. And my thinking is, why? Yeah, Superman kind of sucked. Peacemaker season 2 sucked. He 2 for what, 2? 3? That ain't as bad as they've been doing. Because AB in here, Spider-Man 84, Aquaman 2, Flash, Harley Quinn. There's been enough losers in this shit before James Gunn even showed up. You can't give him 2 and out. Right? Come on. I'm still of the mind of what me and JT were saying, which was put James and Zach together. Bring the fan base back together. Put them on a movie together and get it done. You still got the multiverse is still going on. Just make it that the Snyderverse and the Gun Preemie-verse. It's not even started yet. It's only 3 shows. Those 2 things actually end up merged together. They come together and have a worlds collide, Crisis on Infinite Earth type of event, and wipe that shit out of there. Now the funny part is, Beastly, you in here. I heard Tyrone Magnus after I did that show talking about that. He did his show and he was saying the same shit. Now, I'm not offended by that necessarily, but everybody knows Grant Gustin needs to come back as the Flash, as Barry Allen Flash. You just do. Ezra Miller can go. He done did way too much, bro. He getting more chances than Jonathan Majors getting. No, it should be done for him because he's actually guilty of the shit he was doing. Yep, basically, gaming is gaming. It is. Religiously gaming, you're a gamer, bro. I don't care. I'm a gamer. I got 3 games on my phone that I play. 4 games on my phone that I play. I got games on my console that I play. I am a gamer as well. That's why I said I'm a geek of many stripes, bro. Many stripes. I do not just, it's not just one thing. I was getting the boys vibe while watching Peacemaker because he was to me he was trying to outdo the boys or do the same thing, and it just came off really foul. But it came off really foul because I don't think it belonged in Peacemaker, and it was because it was shocking. The fact that it was shocking meant it didn't belong in Peacemaker. And I'd already seen that in The Boys. The Boys' first season opened with that kind of shit. The Soup Club. People jumping into penises like, or vaginas. Like, okay, I've seen it now. The Boys even went back for seconds and did Hero-gasm. Okay, I've seen it twice now. Are we done? Then James Gunn, goofy ass, come along and do it. Get out of here, bro. I've seen this already multiple times. This don't even belong in the show. Why is it here? Why'd you open with this? And the JT's point is like, look, who was this being made for? Because you told everybody after Superman that the lead in from Superman was Peacemaker. So if the lead in from Superman to Peacemaker was Superman, who would have watched Superman would be entertained by the first episode of Peacemaker? Because the kids that went and saw Superman and liked crypto and thought Kara was kind of funny ain't the same people that would watch the first episode of Peacemaker and be like, yeah, I'm down. No. One is a group of kids, and you don't want kids seeing the shit that happened in the first episode of Peacemaker. No. Who are you? Tone deaf much? Don't have kids? Nephews? Nothing? Brother or sister to talk to? No, bro. Who are you making this shit for? Who's the audience? Just you? Okay. So yeah, it had a Boys vibe because Boys already did it. You got to do something else. Run your race. Like I've been saying in DC for years. Run your race. Let Marvel run their race. You run your race. So if somebody buys them, they buy them. I mean, it's the time and age where a lot of these companies are going to start cycling out anyway, because they just have to. I don't know if anybody noticed this shit, but money ain't flowing like it used to. The value is not there for our shit. You're losing your seat. You're losing the race globally, motherfucker. So some of these companies going to have to swallow up the other ones just to stay afloat. It's going to happen. Look, things go away. every day. Every day. Species go away. Types of humans go away. Companies can go away. Warner Brothers can go away too, just like Fox. Somebody bigger come along and buy them up and do something else with them. Maybe something better. Who knows? Maybe it'll just be worse, like Star Wars. Who knows? But it will happen regardless. You got to get to a point where the companies all come together so you can say it's too much of like a monopoly, so you can break all of them up again and start the process all over again. Just the way it's going to be. So, you agree with that? I forget what it was that I said that you agreed with. But no, I agree with JT. Just have Gunn and Snyder do shit together. Even if it's bought, just keep Gunn on. He ain't had that long in that seat yet. Get him to sit his ass down and understand he needs to delegate more and not try to write everything. Between being a studio head and a director. The director makes a movie, a singular project. That's what he's good at. He's not good at multiple things at the same time. You don't have the bandwidth for that. It's nothing against him, but we've already seen it. It doesn't work. Too many things start failing. Like I said, multitasking is just a way to fail at multiple things all at the same time. Everybody can't do that because the only conceivable way that multitasking works is if you complete every single thing, not half-ass every single thing. He half-assed 3 projects all at the same time. They are varying degrees of shit. So he needs to focus on one thing. And at the moment, the one thing he needs to focus on is being a studio head and not a director. Because you don't have the time to do writing. You don't have the time to do directing. You need to delegate. That's why they hired you. Now, the reason why it's not going off as smooth is, like I've said before, that there was a brain trust at Marvel, but understand something about that shared universe shit. He wasn't the one making the shared universe. Out of all those directors Marvel had when they started off, he was not the one really pushing that shared universe because you can see it in his characters. They were off book, they were off comic, and they weren't really sharing the universe necessarily. They were in the universe, but not sharing it. They didn't actually share it until you started getting the Guardians coming to Earth and interacting with the Iron Mans and the Thors and shit. But you know who was making that shared universe from jump? Was Jon Favreau. That's the one who understands the shared universe situation because he was already doing it. Jon Favreau and Josh Whedon, they understand that. James Gunn doesn't. And if you think I'm wrong, look at the last 3 movies he's done. The last 3 projects he worked on for Warner Brothers. It's sort of a shared universe. But you see it got holes in it, don't you? Because it wasn't him. It wasn't his idea to pull all that together. It's too much for him to focus on because he just makes everything the same way, which is not a bad thing. Like, you go to In-N-Out Burger because they make burgers a certain way. That one way. They don't make like McDonald's. They make them like In-N-Out. But that's what makes it an In-N-Out burger and not a McDonald's burger. That's what it is. You need to be McDonald's. Just seeing you Grove Talk. Yeah. Man, go look, it's late. I already did an hour. I told you I was not gonna keep this long. It's almost 11 now. I'm on your time. So I need to get to bed soon too. So if there ain't no questions, I'll go ahead and get out of here. But I wanted to make sure I got the stream out there for you guys because I scheduled today. And I didn't realize that the damn thing's scheduled for 8 a.m. I meant to put 8 p.m. because I knew the next day would be busy. 8 a.m. was not going to be the move. No, 8 a.m. we were starting work. But good seeing you, Growth Talk. Get some rest, man. Check out Growth Talk with Kofa. Does a good show. Worth talking about. Oh, I got close to the washing machine too. I need to go put it in the dryer. Look who came through there. FD Steven. What's up, Steve? You know, man, I was missing talking to you. There's been so much going on with this company and stuff. I thought you was getting your other career started off because you were in your schooling. So I thought, like, he must be working his ass off. What's up, man? I am in Kings Bay right now. So we having a Tiger team situation, if you still remember what that is. We called in the Tiger team. So we're here doing inspections. And everybody here. We got MHOs and CEOs. So, yeah, we're doing some major inspecting. My house is so much further now. Laughing out loud. Hey, Japan in 2027 for 3 years. You need to come out for sure. Oh, goddamn. Your wife, bro. There's certain times in my life that I've missed out, that I feel I really missed out on not going to the military. And today was kind of it. And that right there is it. Get to go to Japan for 3 years. Konnichiwa, motherfucker. 2027? Yeah, damn, your daughter gonna be well-rounded in speaking multiple languages. Now I'm past 50 now. I'm too old. I'm only good for cannon fodder now. I want to be a Navy SEAL. I really did. But the 90s was a crazy time. I listened to the wrong people being afraid of the military. Dumb shit. I listened to the wrong people. I would kick myself all the time for that shit. And I had signed up for like the Navy. Me and my homeboy in high school, Vincent, we had signed up. Little folks, my family and shit kind of talked me out of it. Dumb. You say you don't miss it? It's the back end. It's the back end stuff that I miss. That I think I would miss. Right. Just having that behind you. Right. That's what it is. It's having that behind you. This woman here thought I was military today. I'm not military. I was raised in a military family, but I'm not military. I wish. Like a stink on you or something. You don't know about the new Witcher girl? I never watched Witcher. I like Henry Cavill. Black Bane kept trying to get me to watch Witcher, but I had no connection to Witcher. I didn't play the game. I didn't read the books. I had no connection to Witcher whatsoever outside of Henry Cavill. I liked Henry Cavill, but I didn't really care. I was doing enough medieval fantasy stuff already. I saw some fight scenes. Those fight scenes look awesome. But Liam taking over for him, I saw a picture of him. He kind of looked like Geralt, I guess. But look, if Henry left, you probably shouldn't have took it. But it's a job. It's a paying job as an actor. He ain't Chris. He's Liam. Liam got to get his money. Liam has to get his money, man. What's up, Anthony? Look, Zurius came through here. I signed up for the Army right after high school when we were going to war. That's about the time I was. It was Desert Shield. Motherfucker, no, black man ain't got no place in the Army, in the military. They gonna make you kill people. Streets will make you kill somebody. Stupid fucks. I wish I would have. I should have never listened to these folks. Went on and got the hell away from here. I wouldn't have had my son, but as I think about it, my son was swimming in my balls anyway, so I would have had him sooner or later. But it would have been a lot later to somebody else. So he always would have came out awesome. Was denied by the recruiter due to sitting down and reading the papers. I feel you on something, regretting not going. Yeah. I shouldn't have listened to the people that I was listening to pump that shit into my head, because that's what they were pumping into our heads, or these black men's heads in the 90s. Till I graduated in 92, that's what they was pumping out there. You shouldn't do that. You're going to go to war. So, look, me not listening didn't stop people from going to the military or going to war. Didn't stop that shit at all. Perfect example was Charles. If he's still here in the chat, Charles was in basic when 9/11 happened. He went to war. Charles got a whole security company right now. That'd be some shit I'd want to do. It's a little easier to do when you got that kind of clearance already. People know, oh, he's good with weapons and we can trust him. Yeah, we got his whole background. So, Steven, before I get sidetracked again, 2027, Japan, just let me know. I ain't even made it to, where are you guys at? In Dallas? I ain't even made it to well, I was in Dallas. I should have called you, but I was only there for like 2 hours. So, yeah, you're going to be out of Texas and on to Japan. Man, just send me addresses, man. That's all you need to do. Drop a pin. Drop a pin somewhere. Let me know where it is. I will book travel. I will book travel because Japan is on my list. And our SEC just came back week before last. She went on a cruise to Japan. And I had her bring me back some refrigerator magnets from some places. So no, I want to visit Japan. And one of the places I want to visit in Japan is the island where Miyamoto Musashi wrote The Five Rings. I want to visit that island, see what that's like. See if I can feel his spirit still walking around that motherfucker. It'd be dope. It'd be dope as fuck. I'm sure of it. Yeah, 2027, I will make you. Yeah, man, we can Tokyo drift and everything. I want to go to Japan. I really do. I speak words of Japanese. My auntie is Japanese. My cousins are black and half Japanese. It's just something about that to me. That's why I'm up late all the time, because I'm on that kind of schedule. They say if you don't sleep at night, the reason you don't sleep at night is because you were supposed to be born in a different time zone. The hours that I keep puts me in being born in that kind of time zone. I feel you. I almost went to the Air Force, but listened to other people. I wonder what could have been. Like I said, raised in a military family, I want to be a Navy SEAL. If you asked me in 85, what my favorite G.I. Joe man was, it was SEAL. I thought that was the coolest shit. Even as a kid, that was something I wanted to do. It's like being James Bond without the suits. Scuba diving, explosive guns, knives and shit. That's all the shit I like right now. That's all the shit I like right now. What up, Leslie? You want to show Leslie something, Anthony, and make her smile? This is my commander deck that I bring with me when I travel because I'm in Georgia. And I already looked it up. I'm about less than 2 hours away from Savannah and Morningstar games. So if I get to, I'm heading back up there. Rosie, you don't sleep at all? You know why you don't sleep at all? Since I'm all flirty and stuff? Because you're not sleeping with me. That's why you don't sleep at all. Because I ain't putting you to sleep. What's going on, Leslie? Miss Azurius. If you do, please reach out and let us know how it goes. You know I enjoy going against you. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, Morningstar Games is a cool spot. There's a place up here. It's on the road. It's called Camden Battlegrounds. It looks like the spot to play in. It looks like a game shop. It was closed, but we'll see what happens closer to the weekend. See if I can go in there and get a game. Oh, God, stop. That's what you'll be saying. Holy shit. Let me quit. So let me write that on the list. Steven and 2025 to Japan. 2027, excuse me. Japan for 3 years. Tell your wife I said hello, man. Annalise. Dragging my buddy all over the world. He just fixed the house and now he's going to leave it. But that'll be cool. I'll be ramen in my ass off if I go to Japan. Serious. I just want to eat some ramen and some sushi. There's a shop around here that just opened. And I only play Commander. I'm not the biggest fan. Yeah. You want to know something serious, Anthony? A lot of these new players, like I say new players like within the last 10 years or so, they really stuck on Commander. And I think it's because they got more females at, Wizards of the Coast making these games and shit now. That's why you get the shit like the Little Red Riding Hoods and the licensing out of stuff. Instead of people actually being creative and making up their own worlds, they keep bringing other people's worlds into Magic, which is boring as fuck to me. But Commander is a big deal for them now. Like, dude, can we just get a regular casual game? Like 60 cards? Bring your pre-con, bring your homebrew. You can even net deck. I don't give a shit. I don't want to play Commander all the time. I don't. I understand it as a format. I like it as a format if you know how to do your card synergies. But if you don't, you need to get back to basics, man. Play your 60-card deck and figure it the fuck out. I don't want to play Commander all the time. I don't. It's too fucking long. It's like playing Rivals, beastly. Quick play is good for a quick match. If you want a long match, you play competitive. Competitive is like playing Commander. You could play that shit for hours and never finish a game. I don't need my Magic the Gathering game to turn into D&D, where we play for 49 years and never finish a campaign. Nah, bro. Well, I like completing things and not having them left over. So I see the new Hulk series is coming out. The Infernal Hulk. I don't know nothing about that, Ray. You gotta ask Herb. You gotta ask Herb on that. I have not touched a comic book since I bought some Night Thrasher books like last year. Give me a good old house rule 60, 70 card. Yeah. Where's that's what the game was built on. The game was built on you with your 60 card deck of whatever cards you could cobble together, make a deck, and play. It wasn't about how much money you spent on the deck, what expensive cards you got on the deck. That's that Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh shit. The whole thing was supposed to be about do you have a deck that works? What's the percentages on how much it works? How does it work? That was the fun of it, just being able to start with little or nothing and have a whole game going on. Like I'm just sitting on the side of the street with me and my buddy waiting in line somewhere. We can start. We got our 60 cards. We just out and doing it. 100. I don't even like shuffling 100 cards. I don't. I really don't. I do it if I'm playing Commander, but I don't like even shuffling that shit. It's a pain in the ass. But that's just me. I've only been playing Magic since what? Fucking 93, 94. What do I know? Yeah, I like house decks. When I was leaving to come here, I almost brought my vampire deck, my Sorin deck. I was going to bring my Sorin deck because I knew I was going to try to find some place to play Magic. But I didn't. Every time I go through screening, that box of Magic cards in my bag gets me pulled aside for the special search and to look through my damn bag because the deck of cards shows up as a block that they can't see through and they really want to know what's in there. So it's just cards, dude. So I didn't bring two of those. I figured if I saw a 60 card deck I liked, I could just buy it. But I like playing. I just like playing. I don't want to play Commander the whole time, but I like playing. I play somebody in Pauper. I play a Pauper deck and have a good time. I would. It's 100 cards. Yeah, 100 card singles, no dupes, all in sleeves, an absolute nightmare to shuffle. Exactly. It's a pain in the ass. It is a pain in the ass. All of these cards in this box. Oh shit, they're not even sleeved. Oh yes they are. They got penny sleeves on them. Penny sleeves. It's a pain in the ass. You don't even show up on camera because of the glare. This is a pain in the ass. This is a only way this is not a pain is if this is a stack of money. It's not. Oh, shit. Now you gotta buy a bunch of different boxes and shit too. I like it because the game will last a long time, but I don't like it because I hate shuffling this shit. And TSA hates deck of cards. What I'm going to scribe, build a commander deck with nothing but Shamble Shark. Make people mad because you ain't following the rules. And Shamble Shark your ass. Look, you don't get fun like that out of 100 card decks. 60 card decks will make you pissed off. Slivers, the Shamble Sharks, fucking anything with populate, it'll piss you off. In a 60 card deck, it'll piss you off. The nature of a table flip. That is where a table flip comes from. That kind of bullshit. Can't do fucking anything. I'm locked down. Yeah, mill that bitch. Mill is a lot more fun with a 60 card deck than it is with a 100 card deck. It take too fucking long. But Bill with a 60 card deck? Oh, that's magic. That is magic right there. You ain't had that much fun fucking somebody since you got your first piece. Hey, you know our rules. I'm not here to win. I'm here to make sure you have no fun. Yeah, I'm here to make sure you don't win. That's my objective. Anyway, I'm about an hour 25 in. It's almost 11 here. It's 11:07 here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate you guys coming through on this late stream. I know in California it's not that damn late, but it's late here on the East Coast where I am right now. So I will be here until the 21st. I'll come back the 22nd. But while I'm here, I still have the same off day. So I will get these streams in to you on Sundays and try to get the rest of these shitty ass Peacemaker videos out so I can get them off my computer and in front of y'all faces later. Not, I think I'm finally over that putting out a late video shit because I watch people doing reviews on movies I hadn't seen months ago, and they still do numbers on videos of movies that's been out for months. Way later. Yep, I will be here for my birthday next week. I will be here. So I will have to go out somewhere to get a drink on my birthday. I know it's hard as hell to find some Sinatra Select out here, and I wasn't bringing it on the plane with me. So maybe I'll do Maker's Mark or something like that. But yeah, my birthday will be spent away from home and family like I spent it, 2 years ago when I was in Georgia last time. Different place, but I was in Georgia too then. So it is what it is. It's still my birthday. Just lasts a little longer. Cool, I'll send you dinner money. You gonna take me to dinner? I was gonna say something about eating, but I won't. I'll let your imagination work. Stay safe out there. Have a great night. Yeah, I will. I didn't go out to do my Pokemon Go shit because I wasn't sure how many black folk stayed in this neighborhood. I didn't want to be the one that came up missing because I didn't see nobody else out there. They're like, I don't know, it's somebody out here. It's okay. It's okay. It's quiet as hell out here. And I'll send y'all a picture. I'll put a picture up on the community tab, but my backyard is right out to a marsh. So it might not be advisable to go out there at night because it could be some fucking alligators out there. Just saying, it could be. Could be some alligators out there. You get your ass. So we got a pool. I want to swim. Let me take my fat ass in the pool. Beasley said, I saw the setup for the Edie joke. Beasley getting good at his artisanisms, man. He picking up on what I'm putting down. Get off my frequency, homie. You can get yourself in trouble. You in the swamplands. Yeah, when you look out if you look out the window, it's just dark. You'll see no lights. And basically where I'm at, I'm looking across a waterway into Florida, right? So it's just black out there. That means it's the river and marsh, swamp, whatever you want to call it. There got to be some crocodile out there. Alligators, crocodiles, whatever fuck. Something scaly on four legs that with a long tail is out there. Out here. So I'm not going in close to the water. I'll go out there, but I ain't going close to the water. Just in case. Just in case. So I appreciate y'all coming through. Let me know in the comments section if there was anything you wanted to talk about that I missed. So if I do a follow up to this stream, which will just be a 88.1:104, I know what you guys want to talk about, what you want to hear about, and I'll get into it. We do have a lot of work, but we're pushing through it pretty fast right now. So hopefully it works at that same speed tomorrow. So maybe I'll have an earlier day. I don't have to buy any groceries, but I do get to cook. Appreciate you, Rainfire. Thinking about you, Rainfire. A little something for the pot. Stay away from them fruity pebble waffles they got in Georgia and them chicks with flesh eating diseases. But I am not here to be flicking on no chicks. What the hell is you talking about? I'm here about money. No. I've seen some big butt Southern girls, but I was in Walmart, so you know what that means. No. Nah, bro. Look, keep my luggage closed because I don't want to catch that room here. No, but a homeboy that came from another site, he likes to throw axes, and I was thinking about you. I told him, yeah, I'll throw some axes. Find a place to throw axes, I'll go. I'm like, you gonna jump up here after I said I'm getting off.
I just wanted to say something to you, kind sir.
Okay, what you got,
homie? Dr. T had a panel the other night. He was talking about death. And he was talking about giving people their flowers while they're alive.
Uh-huh.
I gave him his flowers. I gave my best friend his flowers the other day. And I'm giving you your flowers. And this will be quick.
Okay.
Artisan.
Yes, sir.
I love you, good brother. For the 10 years that I've met you, I respect you.
10 years.
And I honor you. Your show is like therapy to me every Sunday because you know I'm at work every Sunday and you know I despise that job.
I know you do.
But every time you come on, when you come on, I go to work, I get to work, and I listen to the show and I listen to the brothers and I listen to the sisters. And you and the brothers and the topic help me get through. I appreciate you because we're kindred spirits in pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
We're kindred spirits as Black men, that Gen Xers that been through the mill. And also we're just kindred spirits because we love comics, we love movies, and we love this stuff that we call geek shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a good, solid brother, and you've helped me through a lot of stuff, and I appreciate you for that. And also you push me to do better. And like Angry Man, you also push me to be unapologetically masculine in me. And I love you for that. And you're a good part of my support system.
I appreciate that. I just try to, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, and I appreciate you. And also, I have to say this. You're a good man. You're a good father. You're a good granddad. And you're a good person. Mm. And no, you don't try, you do.
Yeah. I try at some things. I do a lot, but I try at some things. But I have to try to know if I can do it or not.
That's a part of manhood.
It is. Being honest about that to me is the biggest part of manhood. Like, look, I fail at some shit. I do. I fall short at some shit. It's just what it is. But I'm always working to be better at it, no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what. So I do appreciate it. It does mean a lot to me because y'all know my channel is small. It's been around for a while. It is small, but I can't say I necessarily do it for the sub count. But the people that I do have are the elite. They're the people who respect me. Those are the people who show up with that. Yeah, sure. I'll take that.
Cordy metaphor.
I'll take that one.
It's not the size of your channel; it's how you use it.
How you use it.
Yeah.
You're right. It's not the size of the member. It's what the member do. It's how the member moves. No,
But here's the funny thing.
what's that?
We, you have a loyal group of people, but
This
at
is
the
true.
same time, you never pushed to go like to the level of like, Coach Greg Adams or Angry Man. But here's the funny thing. You have tenure.
That's the funny part about that when I
I had to
think
sit
about it
back. I had
sometimes.
to sit back and relax, and I had to think. I said, "Hold up, me, you, AB, couple of these cats." I said, "Oh fuck, we got tenure
Yeah, Charles.
because
Yeah,
yeah,
like
Charles, we got tenure because we been in them before we knew each other. It was like typing in, hey, Malika,
hmm
hey, artisan, in the
yeah.
Coliseum because we were there for
hmm
8 hours."
In the in the Coliseum and Angry Man's early chat and stuff like that. Like I said, that's where I met Ed, Hurricane Edward and stuff like that. In Charles, yeah,
But then
Coliseums
you,
too. Been
but
here
then you,
for a minute.
but you set yourself up. But here's the funny thing: in Angry Man, and I'm sorry, in BGS's chat, you were the resident comic guy.
Yeah, I joked about that before with Artie Ibmore. That how I end up getting on there anyway was because it was Artie Ibmore and he was saying some wrong shit. And I hate wrong shit. It's like these motherfuckers ain't current on nothing. God damn, that's wrong. And I got up there. I said, I'm just trying to correct some shit. Like that. That's not what happened, bro. Like, sorry, sorry to
But
tell
there
you,
you
that's not
go. That
exactly how
that
that shit happened. I like accuracy, and that shit was like nails on a chalkboard to be like, that's not correct. Oh, don't put that out there. That's foul. So,
but then that became the beauty of the stuff, and you created your channel. But the thing was, it
mhm.
just didn't become a channel for us geeks to talk. You talked about life as men,
Yeah,
but especially as black men, and you were transparent, and you're candid and passionate, and that's you.
yeah. Well, that's
Um,
I never understood. I never really understood how to do the YouTube thing. What I would really bring to the space, but I understood what I knew about, and I understood what I had been through, and I just figured I would just share that because that's what I had to give. I share myself. I share my life. I share my passions of what I care about and what I really don't care for. And it resonated with people. It doesn't resonate at the same level for certain things, but I don't run it like that. You know, I would like to believe I created a space or at least made a space where if you're a geek and into this kind of stuff, you feel comfortable coming through and just chopping it up.
but yeah, you did. But I think like for there are spaces where you have black geeks where they congregate, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the funny thing is, for us, like I would say, the Angry Mans and the BGSs, and we've all came from that camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what Angry Man with BGS said, and remember BGS used to say that if he ought, and I love how he used to say, he said, my guys who come to me are definitely intelligent because they're vast and they're varied. He says, I have the white collar guys, I have the blue collar guys, I have the older guys, I have the younger guys.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're coming to listen to me, I can tell, and if they've been rocking with him for a long time, he says, I know that they have some intelligence because not too many people can hang with him for a certain period of time. And it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But because of Angry Man pushing, saying, hey, get your channel, hey, that's this, and this. And you just put up your channel and it was about, we were just talking geek shit.
Mm-hmm.
And we did, yeah, and but then you came up with the title Geek Elite. And having people come through and talk about anything
Yeah.
and just go on stuff. And
Yeah,
I
primarily
respect
geek
that.
stuff, but it was primarily geek stuff because it wasn't represented here. It wasn't,
Mhm.
especially not no black geeks. I mean, there are a lot of black geek channels right now. There wasn't when I started. There wasn't. That's why it was the avenue that I picked. Because for what I saw, it was just Rob talking comics. Comics explained.
Mhm.
You've been doing that shit, what, 15 years or so? It was just him. The only black dude that was really there talking that shit. I just talk geek shit. I wasn't gonna sit there and steal his thunder and try to talk about comics every day. Ernie was there too, Blur Without Fear, right?
Mhm.
I wasn't gonna do that. I didn't feel like doing that. I worked in a comic shop, but I'm not reading all of that shit. I had to be selective. I'm not sitting there reading all of that shit.
And that
So
was a great thing too.
yeah, so I took it to where I didn't want it pinned down to one thing because geekdom is big. The pool is vast, and we swim in all different kind of corners. Like I said, I'm a geek of many stripes. You just saw me talk about movies, comics, Magic the Gathering, video games, all in the same breaths. I'm a geek of many stripes, right? I didn't even get into the parenthood shit today, but you know,
Mhm.
it is what it is. I mean, fuck, Herb realizing Herb turning 50 this week. I've known her for 30 goddamn years.
Mhm.
I am an old geek. That's
Me
what I've
too.
been since I've been here. So it is what it is. I know that is not the flavor that it is, and I'm not the presenter that pays in that sense. But it is what the fuck it is. It's selective, but I do appreciate the loyalty. I do, because when you see the same people show up every week after week, 52 weeks a year, plus some, but 52 weeks a year for what, 5, 6 years now. And these same people, those are loyal. That's loyal. That's the elite. Those are elites because they appreciate whatever it is I'm throwing out there. Apparently, so I appreciate you saying that. I'm a young geek, Charles. You and Young ain't got shit in common outside of yourself. You and Young ain't got shit in common. You just need to get that through your head now, homie. You passed 40. Malika ahead of me. I'm behind Malika. You bring it up to rear, man. Covering our six. Just get it through your head.
Exactly.
Young is not in the cards for you no more, bro. And
I'm like
and
Dolph Lundgren in Expendables 4 with the bifocals on with the sniper rifle.
yep, yep. I'm
And
like
50
that
like,
now.
whoa, why is he here?
Mhm.
Uh-uh.
I'm an old geek that loves trees. That makes you an old tree hugger. What are you talking about, Rosie? You a geeky tree hugger.
I don't think those are the type of trees she's talking about, sir.
Yeah. And Herb, yes, you are a OG. You are an old geek right now. You turning 50. You are an old geek. 5 OG. What's up, Charles?
Oh
I
yeah,
love y'all
only
always want to
one.
jump up here when I say I'm getting off. You motherfuckers, you East Coast motherfuckers be late, boy.
I was watching earlier, but I had to do something. Number one,
Hmm.
I'm a young geek. It's not my fault that you geeks are still riding the Model T, okay?
I arrived to Geekdom when the first issue of Superman.
Well, I was there with Siegel and Schuster.
Right. Oh,
And
damn,
there
you
you
see,
go.
yeah, she was. They used to live around the corner with me. Little Seagull, little Jerry.
Little
Yeah.
Jerry, little Joey, little Jerry, yeah. I was like, man, I was there with them since the dreidel. Shit.
Back in them dreidel days.
Yeah, I didn't know Superman was Jewish. Shit. I class, so long, so long. I was
Sure.
like, man, I'm like, it's funny because sometimes you do as a content creator, you get a
Mhm.
little frustrated, you get a little downtrodden.
You can. You get burnt out.
And I had to realize that at one point I was averaging 150 to 200. And I don't know what the hell I got shadow banned. They try to say shadow banning doesn't exist. But
It
y'all shadow
exists.
ban, y'all shadow
It
ban the
exists.
president. So get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The president couldn't get a stream off. Like, bro.
So that's bullshit. And a lot of people like, you got to change it. I said, and I expect the encouragement, but At some point, are you doing it for the viewership, or are you doing it for the people who's going to watch?
I'm doing it for the people that are going to watch, like this stream. I started it off, it was one person in here. I still went on with the show. I still went on with the goddamn show. It is what the hell it is.
You got to
control. Yeah, I don't control that. I know who I am, and I know I'm not the most entertaining speaker on YouTube. I'm not, but I'm knowledgeable, and that's not always in fashion. It's not always in fashion. So,
you're far from the least.
Yeah, I watched some other shit. I told you I cruise these YouTube streets. I've seen some boring shit. I mean, the scientist I listen to, he puts it in his own shit that is stuff to listen to go to sleep too. You want to listen to a 2-hour video about 3-eye atlas and astrophysics? Yeah, that'll put your ass to sleep.
I mean, I've actually, you gain perspective on every element of your life, and you never know what you'll gain and what you gain, and what people will accept you for knowledge. Like, to me, I don't think I know too much of shit. Not the smartest guy, even though just one of. It's funny because a lot of chicks get mad at me because of my intellect, and
they don't really like smart dudes.
No, they really don't. And
they don't like dudes smarter than them.
Exactly.
There you go.
And I don't make anybody feel inferior. That's all in your head.
Oh, you do? Without saying anything.
And it's the fact of the matter that I try to live my life, through glorious purpose.
Let me help you out there. With the glorious purpose, because that's one of my favorite Loki lines. Glorious purpose.
It's just like watching. I like what Netflix did, by the way, with the Watcher season 4. I like what they did. We have to watch all the episodes before you can watch the Rat story, which I think they should have made a series out of. Because I actually enjoy that group, because they represent teenagers when. What happens when you could have the Rats in modern day. And do I care about the lesbian shit? Not really. It didn't bother me.
I'm over it. It's not surprising. It's not surprising. It's not shocking.
It's not shocking. It happens.
It's disappointing because they think they still need to go to that shit. Like, this is old now.
It's very. Even though I thought the black chick was cute, so was the other half black or Indian. I don't know what the hell. She had me dying laughing. But it showed you, and I love the fact they brought Dolph Lundgren as a Witcher. Not only is he the Punisher, he's goddamn He-Man, and he's a Witcher.
Right. He's covering all his geek bases. He's covering all his geek bases.
And what you find from his character and the rest of them, this is the one thing. PTSD might be a motherfucker, but man, it can tell a good story. And when you go through that shit, you gotta think about it. When 9/11 happened, I wasn't even 20 yet. So I understand being technically, I was 17. Technically, you're a goddamn child soldier. So
you are.
And when 9/11 happened, I was 19, and I joined at 17. So you got to think of all the PTSD them motherfuckers had in a fucking continent-long war. Jesus. And it's crazy because I remember Reese. That's the chick name. I guess she's like Indian or half black or something. And she's trying to be the tough one. Like, look at all this money and everybody moping. And then all of a sudden,
Charles, you know how old you made me sound, man? When 9/11 hit, I was 30 years old, and I was in my 3rd year of being a police officer here in Philly. So thank you for reminding me.
I think the pyramids of Giza remind you.
Yeah, I was a carpenter, and I was out of work, and I was at home that day. My local Air Force base launched some helicopters and jets and shit, and I'm like, the fuck is going on outside?
I start getting calls.
They was
I
up.
start getting calls from the units, and I start packing my bags. I said, I don't know where we going, but we going. And it
Mhm.
reminded me of like where Reef was joking with them, saying, "We got all this money," and then all of a sudden, he's next to the big guy, I forget his name, and she's just hugging and crying on him. And that's how it is, when you're in those situations. Like you're trying to cheer everybody up, you're trying to have a brave face, and then you just can't hold it anymore.
Mhm.
And that was actually good storytelling. I The whole lesbian thing threw me off a bit, but I like the fact that it got Lawrence Fishburne as a vampire.
Yeah, I heard who was it? I think it was Nerd Roddick or somebody. It was Critical Drinker. He was ripping that damn show. He was ripping that Witcher show. And one of the rips that they was making on it was how Lawrence Fishburne looked as a damn vampire. I wasn't even looking at the video. I'm just listening to it because it's just playing. My watch laters is just playing. And I'm like, these motherfuckers going in on this show. And it was just a trailer. Like,
I mean, of course he's gonna look weird
of
because it's
course. He looks as weird as Corliss Valerian, dude. Like,
yeah, he's gonna look. He's gonna. If you're gonna make me a creature and a sci-fi sword and sorcery material, I don't want to look too human either.
no.
I mean, shit. Make me a black witcher. I don't know how you're gonna say it. The bitcher, like what is it? A blacker? I
Blitzer.
don't know.
A blitzer.
The blitzer.
It's a blitzer.
Blitzer. Hey,
Glitcher.
hey, like blitzer, please. That's our word. You can't use that word.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because
Who brought the blitzer?
what blitzer? Oh shit! Shit's about to go down. What's this? It's called a firearm. Good to see shows like yourself. Proud to be a black geek. And it's funny because geekdom reminds me of the military and police department. You would never think black soldiers or military personnel or officers or firefighters exist if you go by the goddamn documentaries.
Yeah, you don't
You
know.
look at the geekdom like you have Ernie, you have Rob, you have your shit. I think shit yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things you said before any of these more popular, bigger channels, and that's how you know you made it when everybody steals your shit. As my grandfather would say, the only thing white people ever invented was the patent office to steal your shit.
The patent.
That is true.
That's a great one from your grandfather.
God rest his soul and feast paradise upon. That's the best one. One of his best one-liners.
That's a perfect one. Yeah, the only thing they ever invented was the patent office to steal your shit. Yep.
Yes, that's the only thing.
I'm sorry that patent didn't go through, but I'm closing this business now because I got a new one.
Oh shit! You got the catalytic converter,
Mhm.
and it's crazy because I know how Malika was giving you the flowers and bouquet. It's crazy how guys like yourself, influence the whole generation of people. It
You
humbles
think
you.
so? I don't know about that.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
shit, they steal enough of your shit to do so.
You're right.
I mean, I never thought some of the stupid shit I've saved would catch on, like the whole Woo thing, and then the
Mhm.
whole black men, the garbage men, and BGS.
Hey,
Oh,
that's a
Hey,
fact.
Charles, you did something for two people within our circle 10 years ago, within the 10-year span of all of us knowing each other.
Mhm.
People don't know that that you gave Kendra that name DJ Fish Grease.
oh
Mhm.
yeah,
People don't
Yep.
know that you gave Kevin Samuels the
Dr.
nickname
Style
Dr.
and
Style and the
Profile
Godfather.
Style.
hmm
I think I'm not sure. I think I gave Edward the Hurricane.
oh yeah, that was
Hurricane.
Okay.
definitely you. You were like Hurricane Ed.
And
Yeah,
people
Hurricane
That,
Ed
that,
for the Angry Man. When we
that
would
is
get
just,
on the stream with Angry Man stream together.
that,
And
that
when
is
he
just
would come on, I'm like, that's a fucking hurricane right here. That's
that's a
Hurricane Edward.
Hurricane boy.
and here's the funny thing, like I bet you a bunch of followers that Kendra have, and she deserves each and every one of them. When they
Yep.
say, "Oh, fish grease," I said, "You don't even know how she got that
You don't
name."
even know where it came from.
I don't even know where it came from. Oh, she cooking with hot grease, hot fish. DJ Fish Grease about to burn it up with her budget too. And it's funny that little things like that catches on, like
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like one time sitting down at Noir. It's a restaurant slash lounge, and in the warmer months, we dine outside. You could dine inside or outside. I like to get outside because I can smoke my cigars. And
Right.
the waitress, she was fine as a motherfucker, fine as frog is. Uh, fine as hell. Her and her coworker, she was just as fine too. And I'm sitting there with my nephew, and they was like, "So how you doing?" Well, right now I'm just smoking my cigar, drinking my liquor, and I'm hanging with my niggas. And my nephew looked at me, and the two chicks, they just died laughing. He's like, "Where the fuck did you be finding this?" It just comes from the back of my head, kid. He was like, "Dude, you need to write this shit down." But you know, it's something that's natural to people like a guy like myself, artisan, and others.
It's something,
And
yeah, it's something that's natural to you. That's when I get pissy about that shit. It's just because of that. Something like that, I know where it came from, and I'll always know that came from Charles. I always give that kind of respect like that because me personally, I don't want to take nothing from another man. I don't.
Mm.
Like even Malika giving me credit is like, damn, thank you. Feel kind of in some ways undeserving of that, but I appreciate this how he feel. Thank you, I appreciate that. But if it's
you know,
something he said, you're gonna hear me say he said it. If I
yeah,
repeat it, I'll tell you he said it because I'm always going to give that respect back to him because that's his experience that's coming out of those words, right? Like you saying, drinking my liquor, smoking my cigars, my nigga. That's a Charlesism. That's a
Yeah,
Charlesism. Just
exactly.
like just like Grinch with Strag. Like, dude, that's from Grinch.
Niggas don't know where that came from now. See, you know what I'm saying?
and
No, they just think
Strag
it's
is
theirs to
actually in the
use.
urban Strag is actually in the urban dictionary
Yeah.
now.
Yes, it is.
Good God, we giving people literature.
Yes, we have.
We've
A
actually
And
whole
here's
have
the,
a
how
whole
you know
many
what's
how
so,
many
lexicon. A whole
a new
lexicon.
lexicon? How many
a
how many
decade of
accomplished
a lexicon.
how many accomplished writers do we have and authors we have in the space now?
Yeah, published.
Hmm.
Even down, I
How many?
saw him. I saw him yesterday on Instagram. Even Soul Shader.
Hmm.
Even Soul Shader. Like, come on, man. There's a lot of stuff that's been done and said in the space from people in the space that it just gets ground up and it's just manosphere stuff. But it's
Yeah,
specific from people. And if it wasn't specific from people, you would have never heard it. Everybody would have been saying
Exactly.
it. Everybody says it now, but it came from somewhere.
nope.
It
And
always comes from somewhere.
the
And
source.
for me, those sources that come from should get that credit. Same thing with my channel. What do I always direct y'all back to? We talk about these movies and shows and all that shit. What I always direct you back to? The fucking source. Go
Exactly.
back and read the original material. Go back and read the original book. Go back and watch the original show. Go back to the source, Neo.
This is how respectful, guys. This for everybody listening. This is how respectful Artisan is. He didn't want to hear shit when Superman 2025 came out till I seen it. He said he didn't want to hear shit.
The biggest Superman fan on the internet, as far as I'm concerned, is you. I don't want to hear what nobody else
But
got to
that's
say until I
love.
hear what Charles got to say.
But that's
If it was
love,
a
though.
Batman movie, it would have been the same thing with the Angry Man. I don't want to hear shit till Angry Man tell me. I don't give a fuck.
You know what I told Dr. T on the show. What I found love was when I saw uh goddamn what's the name on the movie with Jonathan Majors with the bodybuilding? What's it called?
Oh, magazine dreams.
All right, now remember when I came out the movie and I text you and I said awesome,
Mm-hmm.
then you wind up telling Dr. T, then Dr. T said, okay, you gotta come up on the show. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, you're a prestigious emeritus doctor in a college. I'm just a no-name dude in Philadelphia that just likes to type in on your show.
No, you're the Malika B. Bang from Philadelphia that
But
types in on the show and always drops some knowledge.
Now, I thank you for that.
Esquire.
But I come up there, but then I remember Dr. T said, "Hey, I'm having a show," and he calls me. I'm at work, and he says, I'm having another get together. You got to go see this artist. Is telling me you haven't seen it. Hey, man, if I gotta get you, I'm like, damn, this dude wants me, and you don't understand how important and love that made me feel. Now, any other place, any other situation, because we have this group and this mass of black men coming together,
Mm-hmm.
meeting of the minds, and people want you to come and talk about a
Share
great
your thoughts.
movie.
Yeah, share your thoughts.
And it felt so good that, I was up there with you, Layman, Kofa, Dr. T, and we're all just talking about how the way this movie was and how the way it been. I love the sitting back, seeing the debates back in the day with Charles and Angry Man going over, Superman and Angry Man. It's like,
Superman,
oh,
Batman.
Superman and Batman. I was like, oh God. No,
Those
but you
geeks.
know that I was just like, oh, but you this would be like if he was in the comic shop.
Mm-hmm.
And I just be sitting there. I was like, y'all too. And we just got to put it up. And if it was being filmed, both of them be sitting there arguing, smoking
Mm-hmm.
cigars. It's
Well,
be tripping.
that's what I try to bring to the space, a comic shop conversation to the space. That's why I was
Mhm.
always shop talk. Look, this is not. That's why I said in the beginning. I've told people in the beginning because it's gone on so long, and then the early seasons of the show, I locked up. But the early seasons of the show were in the shop. They were
Mhm.
actually in the shop with customers coming in and everything. Why? Because this is there. So you can see there's no difference in the conversation I'm having with you than somebody walking through the goddamn door. And if they walk through the door, I would join them into the conversation that we have. That's all it's always been with me. It's just open. Let me hear what you think. Oh, you thought that show was good? Why'd you think it was good? Because I might have thought it was something, but don't let me influence what you say. Speak on yours. That's it. Speak on yours. What you think about it. I want to hear that part. That's what's interesting to me. I can talk to myself and have the same conversation, or I can hear what other people think about it too. Like, I enjoy shows like that where everybody is on the same page at the same time and can have that conversation openly about it because to me it's more fun and you
Mhm.
learn more about the people that you're talking with. That's what
Organic.
made the Coliseum so special to me because not only was it, you know, geek stuff, tech stuff, politics stuff, all these brothers was all talking together and you saw how those worlds interconnected over time. Because as far as I know, like Charles is a soldier. I don't know a soldier that don't like geek stuff. I don't know like it was a cop. I don't know a cop that don't like comic books and stuff. Didn't want to be a cop because of something in some comic book or something. I don't know ones that are not geeks. The places I work now, I'm walking into people's houses. They fucking geeks. They
Yeah.
are huge geeks the whole time. I'm like, shoot, dude.
But you know what the funny thing? That's the beautiful thing that I could say that social media allowed people to come out the closet more. Because like we talked about it, first of all, three of us being black male, heterosexual, but like geek culture, at times we had to keep it under our hats and we was looked at strange like, you like Star Wars? You like Star? Why are you reading a book that has no pictures?
Mhm.
Why are you reading a book that has hundreds of more pictures?
Oh, you like that Star Wars shit? Ain't that for kids? No.
I mean, I like the movie, but damn,
Yeah,
I
that's
had
going
wrong
too far.
movie.
I had a chick. I had a chick in Iraq. She was a school teacher on a regular job. He said, "Comic books isn't that for kids?" I said, "Wait a minute, you're reading Zane. That's sixth grade education." I said, "Comic books are at least college or above."
Yep. They're written by college educated people. That's what
Uh-huh.
most people. misunderstand it. They may be for kids, but they weren't written by kids. They weren't written in crayon. I told my mother before some of the words I was learning out of the comic book. She didn't even know what the hell that shit meant. What is a psionic? Transdimensional such and such. Like, come on, bro. It's all English.
What the hell does augment mean? Never heard the term augmentation? Come on, look it up.
Quasi-dimensional field or some shit like that. Like, what is
Astral
that?
plane?
The astral plane.
Obsolescence.
Obsolescence. The ultimate nullifier. Like, what does that mean? It mean your ass in trouble. That's what that means.
No.
Come on. These names, man, you know, high evolutionary, man. Come on.
You go. You motherfuckers that love jumping up here when I say I'm getting off and going to bed. What up, beast?
You on East Coast time, nigga.
Yeah,
East Coast never sleeps.
I learned about science through fucking comic books, so I don't understand. Like, it was a clip. I hate when people say that. Man, I almost got into a fight in high school with a dude because he said Star Wars is for serial killers. I was like, girl, you take that back. We was about to fight in the classroom.
He's gonna be serially killed.
You want to be on my list?
Yeah. You ain't too smart then, because you're trying to jump on my list.
Exactly.
Say something about the Blessed Trilogy again. I dare you.
You gonna feel the power of the dark side.
Yeah, the Force will smite you.
I always said I was going to do a parody porno of that. You know, have a chick, have a white chick in there and be like, you know, you shall feel the power of the dark side.
Dark sided.
You know, there had to be a brother who had to do that voice. You can't imagine no white guy doing that voice.
Nah. If you listen to what is it, Dave Prowse, I think his first name is. If you listen to him do the lines before they put James Earl Jones' voice over it, that shit would have never worked.
It has never sold.
It would have never sold. Look it up. Dave Prowse.
Oh, I've seen it.
Darth Vader. Oh my god,
it sounds like your math teacher. It sounds like your math teacher trying to talk to you.
I want the life. Dude, Darth Vader would have never been intimidating. Not with that voice.
It's same. It's like same thing with the Kratos from God of War.
Oh, yeah.
Christopher Judd and TC do the voice of Kratos. I said to think one of the most iconic characters done by voiceovers done by two brothers. I said, yeah, I don't see no way I pulling that shit off.
And it's not the first one. It's not the first.
Yep.
Hey.
It's not the first.
Could you imagine anybody else to Earl Hyman doing the voice of Panther?
No.
Nope.
David Keith Spawn.
Thank you.
David
Spawn,
Keith
Goliath from Gargoyles. No, he got iconic voice roles just straight up.
Look, I got the Goliath action figure in the closet right now.
You know, that's when his voice was so iconic. The detective on there was questioning is it bestiality or not.
So let me get this off real quick to Rainfire. Rainfire, I haven't watched Welcome to Derry yet, but I want to. I haven't watched it yet, but it's on my list to watch. My mother just got me watching this show, The Chair Company. I was watching that the other day, which is weird. It's a weird show. It's funny, but it's weird as shit. With that dude from that, you sure about that? That dude, Tim Robbins, or whatever, is pretty funny. It's just weird shit happening. And I saw many words I learned from the comics at 8 on an SAT. Yes. Because like I was going to say about Strag making it into the Urban Dictionary, you remember this, the editor of the Oxford English Dictionary, Erin McKean, white lady, hot to me, and she looked like a mom. Why? She's a lexiconographer. And one of the things she said, because I watched her TED Talk like 5 times, one of the things she said about words is like words, if you can use it and verb it and source it where it came from, if you show it love, it makes it into the dictionary. That's how it works. You have to use it. As long as you use it, it makes it into dictionaries like that. And dictionaries should be living books. So I'm glad Strag made it in there because We know where it came from, but somebody else will sit there and try to tell you it came from somewhere else, right? No, but we'll give Wrench credit because that was his word. Nobody was saying that shit till he showed up saying it. And he said it at the time he started saying it. He said, this is going to be the new word that everybody going to say, drag. And he did it on purpose to prove the point. To prove the point. And he a published author. So come on now. If you think Tolkien or Shakespeare can make up words, why can't black folks make up words and get the credit for it the same way?
Because you're black.
Because you're black. You're not supposed. No, everything's supposed to be taken from you for free.
Come here, Pat Norton. Come here, Pat Norton.
Yeah.
You need to right there.
Yeah. That's what it is. People don't want to give you credit for that shit because you're not supposed to be able to be that creative.
Wait a minute.
Even though you always have been.
Oh, you can always be creative, but we're not going to give you credit for your creativity.
You can be creative. Just
wait a minute. We got a guy called Beast and Nerd. We need you to get back out there in the plantation fields.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I already got 25 barrels for you, master. Wait a minute, Beast. You can count.
Yeah.
No, I would invent some shit, and they'll just take my goddamn invention.
Yeah.
Like the cotton gin, like the refrigerator truck, like the gas mask, like the stoplight, like how to siphon blood plasma.
Like culture, like 85% of the inventions we created from black hands we produce
like
today.
Your internet, how your cell phones work to coordinate your signals and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of that shit. And Beastly, I didn't forget about your comment about the X-Men 97. Yes. Why was I looking for your response to that shit? Because I know you're a huge X-Men fan. I don't have a problem bringing people in. I go to people who like shit. I pay attention to what people are really into. And if they're really into it, I want to hear it from them because they would be the ones to tell me best about it. Like, I don't like listening to geeks that don't know their books. That's how I usually find them out. I said, why the fuck are you telling people this shit? You don't know what the hell you're talking about. I like talking to people who know they shit. I don't like talking to people who like to bullshit about what they know. That's a waste of time. Stop it. Wikipedia geeks. I'm not into that shit. That you heard me and Anthony just talking about Magic, about how people just play Commander. Those people that don't know the game. They don't know who created it. They don't know how he created it, why he created it. They just know this is the popular format. We're just gonna play this now because we only gotta buy one card. This is expensive. Fuck you and the expense. It's supposed to be a cheap game to play. You don't need a lot to get started. And it only takes you about 10 to 15 minutes to learn how to play it, and you can play it forever. That's how it was designed by a mathematician. It's very fucking simple. It's reading comprehension and basic math. Get it together. You don't need all the rest of the shit. It's not about the money. It's about playing this game and having fun with your fucking friends. So, to me, a lot of this, that's the part that bothers me. I like to hear from people who know what they're talking about. That's why, like Dr. T, you were mentioning, he does the Black Masculinist reviews, right? Well, who called it that for him? Who called it?
BGS, right?
No, me.
Oh, my bad.
Because I told him before, it was talking about a movie, and I was saying why I like to talk to Dr. T, because I need that Black Masculinist review. And from BGS, I need that esoteric review. Because that's the two sides that they bring for me. So I like hearing it from that point of view because they see stuff I don't see or I might miss. And it's still the same movie, but it's giving it to you from this other perspective with this other weight on it. That's why if you can get BGS to watch fucking anime, he could break a lot of that shit down where you will see it completely fucking different. Like,
he still hasn't watched anime yet?
He's not into anime like that. It doesn't grab him like that, and that's fine. It doesn't grab everybody the same way. It takes to me, my understanding, it will take specific anime to get BGS into it to watch it. But for some people, like my mother won't watch anime, and her and BGS are the same age. It's getting over the fact that it's a cartoon. That's the part that's the wall. It's a cartoon. Cartoons are for kids. It's like my mother don't read comic books. Why? Because comic books are for kids. It's
They can't get over that
it's the
hurdle.
same mental block. But Gen Xers don't have that mental block. This is just stories for us.
Mhm.
It's no different than reading the Times, People Magazine, National Geographic, Spider-Man, Incredible Hulk. It's all the same shit. It's all the same shit. It doesn't make any difference to us. To them, it's a mental thing. It's like, no, that is the programming in there that has to be overwritten, and you have to force yourself to override it. I take
And
it
you
all
know
in.
what? You know the great thing for having those two polar extremes,
Mhm.
that has helped broaden my horizons more of thinking when I look at media and when I take in stories.
Mhm.
Um, I, like Dr. T, like he automatically certain stuff I'm picking up, and even with you, I'm picking up like, and especially with Ambien, I'm like, all right, what is this bullshit right here? I'm looking at in the movie. I'm like, and you might say, did you see? I said, yeah, I saw that bullshit, and you start laughing because we all know what we're talking about.
Right.
But then I like how you say when we have a brother like Andre up, where we just don't say, yeah, I saw it, I liked it, but why'd you like it?
Mhm.
Or I don't like it, why you didn't like it? Or it was okay, well, why'd you think it was okay? And you're not doing that to berate him or belittle him or try to get
No.
him in a get you gotcha, because we came from a generation because we want to hear, we might not agree or we may agree, but I want to hear why. And
Yeah.
here's a funny thing. We grew up to a point where, okay, we respect that you were open and you given your opinion on something. You're not
Mhm.
just giving your blatant opinion because you're just trying to be a dick or for shock value. No, like,
Yeah.
dude, why didn't you like it?
Yeah. To me, I'm always about including people, especially men, especially young men, understanding and letting them know they have a voice earlier than they think they do. You always have a voice. Your
Hmm.
opinion, it may not matter in the situation that you're in because you're not in a position to execute any control over it in that sense of matter, but you always have an opinion that is valued. It's always valued. It's always willing to be heard. And to me, in a circle of men, we all men. We all equals. So whatever fuck you say is what you say. I might challenge you on it. I might disagree. But me disagreeing don't take anything away from you being able to say what the hell it is you got to say. And me liking it doesn't take away from the fact that you hated it. It doesn't do that. That's some female shit. Like everybody got to be on the same page or you ain't in my crew. That's female shit. That's not supposed to be men shit. Men are supposed to understand, look, nigga, I don't drink that beer. I drink this. Well, drink that shit, nigga. I'll drink my stuff and call it a day. We can still be in a bar together. It's
Exactly.
not supposed to matter. Men are supposed to recognize other men standing on their own shit. And that's all I'm doing. Like Andre, Truth, other cats like that. I'm just trying to get out of them who they actually are. Stop giving me everybody else rhetoric out of your
Thank
mouth.
you.
Who are you?
Thank you.
Who are
Wait a
you?
minute.
Exactly.
Because I know
Keep
who they are. Who are you?
keep Thundercats out your goddamn mouth.
Keep Thundercats out your goddamn mouth, right? No, just understand that you have a voice and your voice is valuable, and you have to hone in on what your voice is. It's the same thing if you were a rapper. You got to figure out who the fuck you are. You can't get up there and do LL's greatest hits. You can't start singing like Drake. You got to sing and do what you fucking do. That's what you're going to be known for. Who are you? And if you
Tell
don't
you
know who
what.
the hell you are, all you're going to do is steal from everybody else, trying to
Yep.
make something out of yourself that's not you because it didn't come from you. It's not your experience. It's not your wheelhouse. It's not your lexicon. None of that shit is you.
Yep.
And
It
you
is
see it.
you running around here like Ed Gein, putting other people's skins on top of yourself.
I tell you
And you
one
see
thing.
that hip hop is suffering now because what's one of the guys I follow, he was like for the first time in like what 20 some years that a hip hop record is not in the top 40.
Yeah, because they
I
suck.
said that's because all these dudes sound alike. And he said it best. He said everybody chasing clout and trying to do what everybody do on the internet and not worried about making hits. He said the difference between the artists back then is they cared about actually making a hit. These dudes are just trying to get clout.
I think back then, artists, at least from my era, from my perspective, artists back then was just trying to be heard, to be recognized for who they are.
Yeah.
For their talent.
For their talent. Too Short wasn't doing the stuff that he was doing because he wanted to be recognized for who he was. He wasn't trying to sound like anybody else. He sounded like Todd Shaw.
From the Bay.
That's who he was. From Oakland. He wanted Oakland to be known. Period. E40 wanted Vallejo to be known. Yeah, fuck Oakland. We're from Vallejo. We want Vallejo to be known. We want Richmond to be known. We want the Bay Area to be known. People wanted their voice out there so people could recognize who the hell they are.
Yeah.
It's an interview with Chuck D from Public Enemy, and they said why they picked the music that they picked is because they wanted it to cut through so people could hear and know that it was them on the stage when they heard that shit, because their music didn't sound like anybody else's. This is the generation that Gen Xers come from, that you always have to be original. You are your original one. There is nobody like you because you're not modeling yourself to be like anybody else. There is no, patchwork of other people. It is you. And that's what you're putting forward. That's why that shit is so offensive to me. And I always go back to it like, yeah, this motherfucker took something. Took something that wasn't theirs. And then I want to give you credit for it. That shit is blasphemy to me. That's goddamn atrocious.
What do we call them dudes back in the day? Artisans.
Biters.
You're a biter. You're a goddamn
You're a poser. If you skate talk, you're a poser. You're a poser. You're talking about some shit you don't know nothing about and trying to put on the airs like you do. You're a poser.
First of all,
posers were never cool. Never.
Jocking my style, swagger jacker.
You listen to any old rap, they always talk about that shit. You bite my style. Yeah, because everybody's style was unique. Because everybody was being unique. They didn't want to sound like anybody else.
It's like, today I find the same thing about guys and girls telling you about anime and comics through movies. Like, oh my God, you didn't have to go through school fighting somebody trying to steal your shit.
No.
See, we had to keep it. We had to keep it up, and I'm an oldest millennial, and it's funny because there were times you damn near about to get in fights because motherfuckers trying to steal your shit.
Yeah,
you talk.
I low key on YouTube. I low key busted some content creator out about that shit, and they stopped saying it like that. They changed it up how they were saying it. What it was I figured out that he had listened to my content because he was repeating the same shit I said. But what I understood was he's not the same age as me. He is like 20 years or so behind me. Right? So he was trying to use that as, this must be what the culture feeling, right? And then I did this stream and I didn't use his name, but I talked about it. I said it specifically. Like, stop saying that you were having to fight and do this stuff at this time when you were born in the 90s, in the early 2000s. Nobody gave a fuck about that shit then. That was not the generation that was happening then. That was happening in the 80s.
80s and
you wasn't alive. You weren't alive then. So since that time, I saw one of his recent videos. He was talking about it, where he prefaced it with, "No, it wasn't how it was in the 80s and early 90s." But yeah, motherfucker, you heard, didn't you? I will look, dude. I will out a geek and I will bust your shit because you are not. Stop playing. It's fine. You do what you do. You do really well at it. But this is not you. You were not dealing with that shit like that. Stop it. That's not your struggle.
It's like when I went to BlurCon and these guys tried to tell me about how much I know. Of course, because I don't look my age, I said, dude, if you can't tell me about Project ACO, we can't speak on this. He's like, what's that? Look it up.
Well, that's here. I'll say this, and this will piss somebody off, I'm sure. But pedestrians, that's for me. Why? Because somebody came into my stream, or I was on somebody else's stream, and they asked me some question about anime, if I liked anime or not. And I told them flat out on a stream, there was a bunch of us on there. I said, that's way too pedestrian of a question for me to be answering. Why? What is a pedestrian? A pedestrian is a passerby, somebody who doesn't know what the fuck is going on, passing by asking a dumbass question that's been answered a million times before, way earlier. I think it might have been Andre asking me about what I knew about anime, and I got irritated because he asked me some dumbass question like that, like I don't know anime, nigga. Like I've been watching this shit for I don't know since I was damn near 10. Where were you? Ball sack swimming? Get the fuck out of here! That to me that was an insulting ass question.
I go way back in the ball sack,
dude. You can't check my geek. Fuck you.
You go back to the Akira days.
That's a pedestrian ass question. I'm not answering that.
Matter of fact, he said I go back to Gigantor, nigga.
Yeah. I do go back to Gigantor and Translor Z.
I said, I watched Voltron when it was big go cat.
No, this is the funny part. I watched these fake geeks on their stream talking about Voltron, and they talked about the 15-piece Voltron, right? How I call it 5-piece, 15-piece, 32-piece, right? Why? Because that's how you bought the toys. The Lions were 5 of them. The Voltron Force was like 15 pieces because you had the land, sea, the air team, and all that shit up to that 32. They don't know that. It wasn't buying them toys. It wasn't even selling them no more by the time these motherfuckers was born.
Nope.
And then when they did, they were made out of bullshit plastic and not metal with lead paint on them. They're like, quit it. Stop with me. Quit it.
You don't get no lead checks.
Yeah, no.
Here's what I tell them. I said, I remember watching Astro Boy, black and white.
Yep.
In the 60s.
I
remember seeing Speed Racer.
Speed Racer.
I remember Battle of the Planets.
Battle of the Planets.
Before it was
G-Force. Before it was G-Force.
The first tranny villain.
First tranny villain I've ever seen. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm like, what the heck?
What the hell? That's a woman, but it's not like a dude.
And then rushing home from school to watch Star Blazers.
Yep. Our Star Blazers.
And Robotech was a goddamn soap opera.
Robotech was a soap opera.
But we loved it.
It was into it. Look, I think I put it up on, no, it was on Instagram. And it was a video of a guy doing an RC plane, and he had a F-14 Tomcat RC. And I forget the scale of it, but that motherfucker was big. And he fired that bitch up, and it looked like it was lights in the engines and shit like that, and flew it around and stuff like that, and landed it. But it had the Skull Squadron symbol on the tail wings. I'm like, that motherfucker was a Robotech fan. I said, that's Rick Hunter, buddy. What are you doing? That's Roy Folker. That's Roy's plane. What are you doing? Like, you got to make that.
If I say this to you 4 guys, how would you take this? Let's go smoke some protoculture.
Bruh, Malika, this will make you laugh. When I was talking about that 3-Eye Atlas stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And they start releasing pictures of what it was supposed to look like and said, no, see, this is the coma, and then there's this image around it. I'm like, dude, that's a Zentradi protoculture shit. What was we doing? We about to get the protoculture. Is that what's really happening right
Exactly.
now? I said, somebody being funny. Did this come from Japan? Somebody being funny. That's the Zentradi ship, dude. Nobody said that. But I'm looking at it like, I see a Zentradi battleship. What the fuck? Y'all playing. Stop playing. Stop playing with this common shit. I'm taking this serious.
Like I told people before, don't tell me shit. Because you forget, people don't give homage to the manliest fucking anime of all time. It's the Fist of the North Star.
Oh, come on, man. Stop it.
When that little girl called out for him, and he just walked through a goddamn skyscraper.
I heard your call.
And I'm just like, yo.
It fell on his head first. It fell on him first. And he still
and just... This motherfucker's taking backhanded buildings into rubble. And I'm like, y'all niggas ain't right yet? Like, yo, I'd have been like, you know what? I know y'all remember me from the elevator scene. Oh yeah, I made this meme years ago. The 3 people I would never fight on the elevator: Solange Knowles, what's his
Steve
name?
Rogers in the
Steve
MCU.
Rogers and
Steve
Ray Rice.
Rogers in the MCU. Yeah. And
And
Darth
Ray
Vader.
Rice.
And Darth
No, Ray
Vader.
Rice.
Ray Rice. Solange. Solange.
I ain't fucking around with them. I'd have been like, excuse me. That's how I would have been when I've been like, oh, that motherfucker. Oh, who's that dirty ass motherfucker coming down? Oh, he just punched a goddamn. Oh, he about to get stopped. It's about to fall on his head and kill him. Oh, he's still walking through. Oh, you know what, guys? I left my wallet back there. I'll be back.
Look, Charles, you have to watch. If you love Fist of the North Star, you got to watch MD Geist. It's the same shit. You got to watch MD Geist.
Most dangerous guys.
Most dangerous Geist, boy. You got to watch MD Geist. And it's a cheap plug. I don't know if she wants me to tell this yet, but I'll just say it so it's like a little free promotion. Trust is going to do an anime stream. She's trying to put it together to try to, for newbies who are trying to get into anime, who don't understand it. And she's going to want to talk to people who actually watch anime, know anime, and know what they love about anime. So get at her and see what is going to happen. I'm supposed to be on it, but I'm here, so we got to figure out how to work it out with my schedule.
Hey girl, you got my number.
Yeah, but it's a good idea for her to do that, because as she's coming in as somebody who doesn't know much about anime, that's a place where people can start to watch it. If you make it about information and not just swapping stories about anime, but sharing what got you into it and how this would work for people who don't understand it at all. Like, I don't know, not even my mother's age, but younger people, because they into it now, right? But just
because they grew up with it and it became more accessible.
It's so accessible for them now. That's why I don't like that fucking question. Like, oh, you probably don't even like anime. Like, motherfucker, I'm the reason you got anime right now.
Exactly.
You lucky. I was watching Baki in Iraq, subtitled next to my bunkmate. I'm like,
you know what?
Get the fuck out of here.
This is why my anime is on VHS, motherfucker.
Thank you.
Subbed. Shut up.
You know what? Here's the funny thing that I would tell him. I said, are you crazy?
Yeah.
I said, let's get something straight. For us, for me as a Gen X black male, I had to go farther out areas to go get that shit. Like you said, VHS. Like we had the VHS with the subtitles. Exactly.
Subtitles and mosaic. You had to get subtitles before you started getting dubs, or it was just in that language. You just had to watch it the way it fucking was, dude.
Hold up.
Or you got to go to the Asian stores. You got to go to the Asian hood and go to the store to find a store that sell videos and stuff so you can get it. That's why I have VHS anime, because that's when I could buy the shit. You don't know nothing about no goddamn subs and dubs or mosaic.
Shut up. They totally missed
White Stuff magazine. You don't know shit about that. Stop.
Here's the thing. When I'm hold on, Beast.
I got you.
I remember buying a region free VHS and DVD player, and then I could go into Chinatown or go into places in downtown Philadelphia, where you would go in the back. They had the porn where I would get my porn. In the front, they would have all the dub stuff that they brought down from New York City and over where you was at, where you're at in Artisan,
San Francisco.
Dub stuff. And I would have all my DVDs, all my other stuff, and then I would burn stuff and give stuff to my boys and give them that stuff. Yeah, that's the hookup. That's what I remember. And this is late 80s, early 90s.
80s, early 90s, I had to hook up two VCRs together to one little ass TV to figure out how to dub that shit so I can make my friends copies of stuff.
Exactly.
Or record it off of television that I still have. Like, I don't have an original copy of 8 Man After because I still have it when I recorded it off of television, off of Sci-Fi, when they first started trying to show anime. It came out late. The Running Man and 8 Man After. Like, come on, man.
Everybody remembers this. Everybody remembers not the Sci-Fi Channel, but the Science Fiction Channel when they had Saturday Anime.
Yep.
Yep.
Saturday anime.
Oh, remember the animation station? Oh
Oh,
shit! Give me some. Out of if you're gonna bring back something, why did you motherfuckers ain't bring back the Bionic 6?
Don't even start. Don't even start. I think I put something on my community a couple weeks ago about the Bionic 6, how deep that shit was. I love Bionic 6, which is anime. It's
Yes, it
fucking
is.
anime. They
Mm-hmm.
never brought that back. That was a show I really loved, but I had one question, right? What did all the names of the Bionic 6 have in common?
One
Dealt with their power.
One. Okay, Charles is right. One. Except for who?
IQ.
IQ.
Why wasn't he IQ 1?
Because he was a brother. That's why.
I always wondered that shit. It's like, what? We got Karate 1, Sport 1, Rock 1, Mother
Dad
1,
won.
Bionic 1, IQ. It's like, motherfucker, why'd they leave you out? You and Fluffy don't get no ones. You ain't the ones.
Damn.
You're not the ones. You don't even get a 2, man. You can't get a number designation. What the fuck?
He said, "Well,
Yeah.
motherfucker, I got these Air Force Ones."
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
Look,
I wanted another two more shows they need to bring back. Brave Star, which I always believe was in the Masters of the Universe in somehow, some way.
Hmm.
And I need my Galaxy Rangers with the original soundtrack brought back.
Yep.
I will go further on that. They've already
Silverhawks.
did Thunderhead. Silverhawks, Tiger Sharks, Galaxy Rangers, Mighty Warbots, Bionic 6.
Hold on, Tiger Sharks.
Yeah.
That
Can
was
I put
funny.
in?
For years, I used to say that to people. There was one guy in the department who actually called on, "Hold on, Tiger Sharks,"
Mhm.
and he was like,
Hold
"Yeah,
on,
I like
Tiger.
that." Thing.
You got a tiger by the tail. Hold on, Tiger. I love that shit.
Look, I challenge the when they bring up that question about the geeks of today. I often bring up the fact I say y'all don't even remember the internal geek beefs, especially with the dub. Because remember when the dubs started coming out, and it was beef with the people that was listening to the regular Japanese, and then the ones that was listening to the English translation, they don't even remember, don't even know nothing about that. I said they was
because
catching
it was
hell.
off. Yeah, it was catching hell because you're not listening to it in its original form.
Yeah,
Like I said, it's always going back to the source. You got to listen to it in its original form. That's how you learn some Japanese. You watch enough of this shit, you start picking up the words. That's how. But when you start dubbing everything, when everything start being dubbed, what you find is it's off. That's how you
yeah,
know a shitty dub from a good one. Because if you listen to a dub show with the subtitles on, you'll see that they're making up words or leaving out shit altogether. So you're missing a lot of dialogue. It may not be the actual dialogue of what the episode was. You don't know.
I have a
So
question. When you saying Toya, she's getting into anime. Has she
doing an
seen Cowboy?
animation. Yeah, she's doing an anime. She's going to do an anime thing because she's trying to understand it, I think.
Has she seen Cowboy Bebop yet? Do you
I
know?
don't know, but I would recommend that to her because she would get it because she likes
Yes.
music. Yeah. Cowboy Bebop works on a lot of different levels, black exploitation stuff, bebop music, mainly music, and different types of music. She would get.
You want
And
to test
also,
somebody's geek? You want to test somebody's geek? Play that intro and watch motherfuckers start Watutu.
No, I know that Tank song. I heard that Tank song come out of mall. They started playing that shit, and I was like, "That's Tank." We can't leave yet.
I can see artists that go up to some random woman just they're doing the bat tootsie.
No, that was cool. Oh, that's the other one that they need to bring back, Defenders of the Earth, because I like that. Because
Oh yeah,
none of these motherfuckers know who Flash Gordon was.
Gordon. or the
And you have all
Phantom.
these old
Or the
Pope
Phantom.
heroes.
The Phantom, the Pope heroes. Yep, they don't know who the Pope heroes were. You need to know who the Pope heroes were, especially if you call yourself a fucking geek. You gotta know the lineage of these things. That's why geeks, to me, geeks know the lineage of these things, where they come from, how they progress. If you only know this era that you in, then you ain't really a geek. You just
If,
you're a fat follower.
if you don't know who Doc Savage is, get the fuck out of my face.
If you don't know who Doc Savage is,
And here's
child,
one thing you need to tell some of these young people. I said, okay, you talking about traditional superheroes. I say, what do you know about the Hanna-Barbera superheroes?
Oh yes,
um,
What do you
Johnny
know about
Quest.
Hercules?
Birdman.
Johnny Quest,
Birdman.
Herculoids, Thundar the
Space Ghost,
Barbarian, Space Ghost.
not Space Ghost, Coast to
Birdman.
Coast, Space Ghost.
I
You
love
got
Space
Birdman. You got
Birdman.
you got the Galaxy Trio.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Oh, that was my shit, the Galaxy Trio.
Hanna-Barbera was, when I started understanding animation companies, Hanna-Barbera was the one I loved first because I realized how much I watched them. My mother used to watch the Herculoids. That's what got me to watching the shit. Love that show. She used to love Johnny Quest and the Herculoids. So that's when I started understanding who Hanna-Barbera was, what their style of animation was, their characters were. And they had a shitload of characters. And they was all different. It wasn't the same shit over and over again. But that is what one of the things at this point in time that we're at that we have lost. We have lost creativity. There is really very little creativity, any original creativity.
oh my gosh, yes.
Because you look at your movies, what's the problem with them? They're writing for shit. Why? Because it's not creative. They're just copying stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the director that was out recently talking about this, saying what the problem is in Hollywood? There is no creativity because they're not taking risk. Creativity comes from risk. If you ain't taking a risk, you're not being creative. You're doing what everybody else did, which doesn't make it original and which doesn't make it creative. There's no stakes. Oh, we know this will work. Why? Because somebody else did it. Well, that's very uncreative.
Somebody else did it 20 fucking times already.
20 fucking times the same goddamn way. This is what works. Okay, well, how can you ever find something different if you just do what works? Where's the risk come in?
You're supposed to like it because it works. No, I'm not.
It's
It's
the
an
reason.
And it's updated for modern sensibilities as well.
Yeah, it's an algorithm.
It's the reason why.
Put this
It's
in,
the
you
reason.
get this chain reaction.
It's the reason why your genre sucks now.
Yeah.
Because you actually had people who wrote it well. Oh, well, they never made any. Well, I was in the 80s and they didn't make any great female heroes. You lying bitch. Shut up.
If they didn't make any great female heroes in the 80s, why do they keep trying to reproduce them in the 2020s? If there were no good shows, if every show was offensive back in the 80s, why are you trying to make remakes of it so much?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're awesome.
You telling me nobody respected the Shiver Princess of Power, Jam.
No.
Nobody respected Lady J and Scarlet. Nobody respected Chitara. Nobody respected Teela. Get the fuck out of here.
I respected all of them. Lady J and Scarlet was two of the hardest G.I. Joes to get if you was collecting toys.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I liked them in the show too. Lady J, Scarlet, and the Baroness. Those are cover girl I could give a shit about. But
yeah, but Lady J, she threw that spear at your ass. She wasn't fucking around.
That javelin boy, she was look, she ain't even got a bow, dude. She got a whole stick with a point on it throwing it at you. She might as well have been a Dora Milaje. Like
she was nice. She was nasty with it too.
She was nasty with it too.
Stick this whole javelin up your ass.
Look, she went into a gunfight with javelins, nigga.
And she came out.
She about that business, dude. Wearing bright green, like she about that work.
It's like that dude. It's like that dude who does like all the characters. Like, I didn't know she came in there with a javelin. Neither did I. It was like we came in there 20 deep with machine guns. One javelin. She kicked our ass.
Yeah, Ace of Vane. Yeah, Ace of Vane. You need to fuck with some Lady J. I need a skit with a Lady J punchline in.
The funniest one, I had to put his thing on. I actually put his name on it on my TikTok when he had Black Adam and from the original Captain Marvel Shazam, and he was like, "Hark the evil villain." Like, what is hark? I guess it means to stop. He's like, I feel like doing whatever the goddamn I please. He was like, well, why don't you stop? Because I goddamn don't feel like it. That's why. They were like, and then he had a guy try to like get the fuck out the way. He's like, what did you say to the Black Adam? Get the fuck out the way. I'm late. He says, the Black Adam will not get the fuck out of your way because you have a shitty car. My car's not shitty. And a small penis. That I will not deny.
It should be funny, dude. He'd be killing me. And Rainfire, the Shadow knows. I love Shadow. I like those old pulp heroes, dude. I like those old pulp heroes like that. That's the beauty of Dynamite Comics, that they make new comics with those old pulp heroes. Shadow was cool as shit to me. Yeah, 245s and a fedora and a nice little long coat on. Like, well, the Shadow knows. I can cloud
represented
minds of men. Like, bro, really? Shoot his ass.
Those dudes represented masculinity. It was showing men. Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers, Zorro.
What do all those characters have in common, though, Malika?
The hero's journey.
Well, the hero's journey, but they're originals. They're one-offs.
Exactly.
They're one-offs. There is no Shadow.
There's a one-of-one.
Second Shadow. Yeah, they're one-of-ones.
There's no second Doc Savage.
There's no second Doc Savage. Even if you said someone was like this, because the minute you say, "Oh, it's like Doc Savage," go past Doc Savage and say, "Who is Doc Savage like?"
Exactly.
My goddamn self.
Exactly. They're one-of-ones. They're originals. That's
everybody has taken from them and taken pieces of them, added on. I had to tell somebody. I said, "Well, Superman's Fortress of Solitude." I said, "You mean Doc Savage Fortress of Solitude?" And they were like, "Huh? What do you mean?" No, I said, "No, you mean Doc Savage's Fortress of Solitude?" I said, "Go 20 years before. Go 40 years before. 20 years before Superman. Doc Savage had the Fortress of Solitude. That's where they stole that from."
That was literary stuff. Those were literary books, not in comics. That's the same thing with Batman, how he ripped off Will Eisner's The Spirit.
Yeah, The Spirit.
And didn't do that good, but The Spirit got ripped off by Batman, and Jack Hawksmoor from The Authority is kind of a rip off of Spirit. It's a modern day version of Spirit.
Batman took from this. Batman took from the Spirit, took from the Shadow, took from Zorro, and Bob Kane admitted it. He says, "Oh yeah," he said, "I admitted it."
And that's why I don't have a problem with Bob Kane. He admitted where he got it from. Yeah, this was good. But I wrote it into my character. But Batman is enough of a different character that he stands on his own now.
Stands on his own,
everybody stole from him.
Yeah. Now look, how many Batman knockoffs are there? How many Superman knockoffs are there? How many fucking Flash knockoffs are there? And mind you, most of their knockoffs are in their own universe.
I said, you got to look at Doc Savage, was one of the few characters ever, because he was also a literary and comic character, where he showed all the facets of masculinity in one character. You usually had to have a team for that one. You good, Doc? Are you good, man?
Yeah.
Remember, spit, don't swallow. Hairball.
The fuck?
It's like when you look at Doc Savage. Doc Savage was this brilliant scientist, but he was built like a goddamn defensive end. He was built like Myles Garrett, and he was also a master martial artist. He was a man of action and thought.
That's what it was. Doc Savage did get copied. He got copied in Planetary by Warren Ellis. He copied him when he made the character of I think it was Axel Brass was a copy
Yes.
of Doc Savage. That's what
Yes.
made that comic so damn good because he kept pulling in those characters,
Pulp heroes, yeah.
old pulp heroes. Them European dudes is good for that about bringing those old pulp heroes forward. That's all the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was. It was all literary characters brought forward because before that, I wouldn't know who the hell Dorian Gray was.
I love
Dorian
that.
Gray, Quartermain,
Quartermain.
Alan Quartermain. Yep.
Jackal and Hyde.
And Harkin.
I like the way they made that in the movie. How they kind of like
Mina Harker.
Mina Harker. I'm sorry, saying.
Yeah, Mina.
But the crazy part is when they did the movie, you could tell they put the Hollywood treatment on it.
Yeah.
The book was so great. The book was what it was. It was Alan Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Moore putting his spin on it, but putting that that era where Mina Harker, she was mixing in with men.
Mm-hmm.
And they were saying, like, I remember seeing in the books, it was like, she would try to step up and it's like, oh man, we're not trying to talk to you. We need to talk to the men. And she kind of put down, and I remember Captain Nemo had to step up to her. He said, let the woman speak.
Mm-hmm.
And she was speaking, and you could see it was very, very, very Victorian, very British, but it was good storytelling.
Yeah. It was my buddy Ron from the comic shop who actually hit me to a lot of stuff on there, like Captain Nemo being an Arab dude.
Yep.
I had never read 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, the book. I bought it after that movie to go back and read it because he said, no, that's how Nemo originally looked. He was an Arab dude. I said, really? I'm thinking of the Disney version of 20,000 Leagues.
With Vincent
right?
Price.
Because that's what I grew up on.
Mm-hmm.
My boy Ron was a little bit older than me. He grew up on the literary version. So he recognized Dorian Gray and those characters, and that's when I found out about them and went back and read those books. It's like, oh shit, this is a lot better now. This is like I said, going back to the source. Where did this come from? If this is the original version, give me the original. Let me get it from the source. I don't need to follow up.
And how all of this stuff,
the Disney version of when they put their name on top of it, that's their version. It's just not.
And then all of the stuff in 20,000 Leagues was the precursor to what the shit we have now: the automobile, the submarine, the helicopter, the scuba suit, stuff that didn't even exist then at the time of that publishing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what. But let people tell you there are no original ideas. Everything's been created. Bullshit. No, everything hasn't been created. If you believe uncreative people will tell you that shit, but everything hasn't been created, or you wouldn't make anything new. You wouldn't. There would be no new inventions. So there is still creativity left. It's just dispersed and tamped down right now. And that's why your media sucks. Your politics can't figure out a creative solution for shit. I was listening to this thing about, what was it, the Emperor of China? Now, I was trying to remember the quote. It was on Instagram. How he made it that if you don't have a doctorate or something or something like that, he don't want to hear you talking about it. He's basically going after social media people. If you don't have a doctorate in it, you shouldn't be talking about it. Shouldn't be. He didn't want to hear that shit. Oh my God!
They're putting it in the law now that if you're talking about certain things, especially, but we talk about red pill and talking about relationships. If you're not in a doctorate, meaning that you're a
professional,
a psychologist, if you're doing, you don't need to talk about it. You're going to be fined, and it's possible jail time. Yes.
They did the conversion of how much it would be of like $14,000 for the fine. Like, damn, a lot of motherfuckers are gonna have to shut up.
To be honest, some of these people should. They should. They
But
run their damn mouth too much and know with very little information. Please.
look, I said that in this space before. I said it before. Like, I'm sorry. I think not everybody need to be talking. Like, not telling everybody. I listen to way too many drunk folks up on the stream, not counting Charles, but way too many drunk folks on the stream.
Wait a minute, I'm not
I don't know
drunk.
what the fuck they talking about, and just babbling on forever. Like, you got to cut this motherfucker off. I mean, even the bartender would stop serving them. Tell them to go home. God damn.
Hey man, I'm not drunk.
Not you, Charles. You just burn up stuff.
I don't burn that much.
It was his own. It was his own shit. It was only one time. That's okay.
That's not what that girl said.
Yeah, I mean, my nigga, from what I heard, you shooting Kamehameha waves out your dick. But anyway.
Oh, God, soul bombs. No, spirit bombs. He's shooting spirit bombs out.
He's shooting. And, you know, he got the, what's she call that? She said this nigga got me the final got the final flash and shit.
That's wave motion energy.
The Big Bang attack.
Yes,
Big Bang attack.
Y'all ain't shit. Y'all is not shit, bro. And Rainfire, you're right. Doc Savage and Alan Quartermain. Yeah, Doc Savage, he might be a knockoff of Alan Quartermain. Updated.
No. Yes, he is. Doc Savage is a definite knockoff of Alan Quartermain because Alan Quartermain came before Doc Savage.
Yep.
Yep. By the way, this is my man taking a piss.
He's got some flame sense. Wait a minute. Let's see if I can.
There we go.
I know I'm going to regret this, but this isn't the time to conserve energy.
Yeah, that's him yelling and taking a morning piss.
That's just me. That's just me busting one nut.
Right. Wait a minute, I got something for you guys, and then I'm gonna have to get out of here because it's almost 1:00. I got to get some sleep. This will be fun. I'm not gonna say what it is. I'm gonna just show it to you, and then you can figure it out. And for this is for anybody who's still hanging in here who's young, maybe Beastly. This is what fight scenes used to look like before we had martial arts. I like watching old movies like this because these fight scenes look ridiculous, bro.
Doc Savage, fan of bronze.
Mm-hmm. What the fuck? What the fuck? So what are they gonna do some shit? Kick his ass. This is Doc Savage from 1975.
Yeah. Look at how close. I thought this was Kung Fu, man.
It's supposed to be Kung Fu.
It's some Kung Fu, a little bit of karate up in there. They tried it.
75, man. 75.
Oh, help me. Jesus.
They didn't have Bruce Lee.
Oh, you had him. He was just whooping people's ass in the street.
Right. Wasn't fighting on film. He was fighting in the streets.
This is 1975. Bruce was dead, brother.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He died 2 years earlier.
73.
Oh God, help me, Jesus.
That's cool.
Hey
That's
man,
called the
I was
hockey.
entertained when I was young. I was entertained when I watched this when I was young.
Yep, the
Classic.
traditional Doc Savage half rip shirt.
Yep.
I'm gonna make my shirt even worse.
Of bronze is here. What if Doc Savage was actually black? So
I always thought that.
He's actually
Doc Tony Savage, Bojitsu.
no, that's just fighting with a mop.
Did he kick him in his ass?
Yep.
Fist cuff.
If, for all y'all who don't know, that's fighting. That's pugilism.
That's the pugilism before them. That's the pugilism before the Marquis of Queensberry.
We got that rabbit punch on.
See that bad cut?
God
Gave him
damn.
that drop kick.
Drop kick the shit out of him.
Give him that missile drop kick, boy.
That was entertainment, ladies and gentlemen.
That was Savage kick.
Yeah, why did he call you Doc Savage? You know, ask that nigga's wife.
It says South's been around since 7800. Called it a turtle. Nemo was bigger imagination than what it could become. Look, man, I read science fiction books and they think of shit all the time that ain't even happened, ain't even real yet.
Yep.
And then the world catches up to it and actually makes it real. Like if somebody told you right now we have cloaking technology that looks like that Predator shit, you would think it was correct. You would think, okay, yeah, I accept it now. But when that Predator movie came out, it wasn't real. And the thing I remember hearing was at the time was that a military guy saw that shit and he said, we need one of those. Figure out how to make that shit. Like, I need that.
Remember when they first came out with the watches that talk for that advertising? What did they show you? They showed all of the science fiction shows, Star Trek, Knight Rider, Power Rangers, every show that had a talking watch. They showed you to tie into the science fiction stuff.
When I see it, I always see Dick Tracy. I always see Dick Tracy. You see somebody talking into their little Apple Watch or whatever it is, I'm thinking Dick Tracy. That old comic strip shit. So yeah, it's science fiction until it becomes a science fact, which means new ideas are always being created. It's just if you can realize them, or will you be there to see them realized? But what good does it do to not give the people who did that, had that vision, that credit? Because everybody can buy one now.
Every now and then when I look at the smartphone, I remember looking at the tricorder. Star Trek.
So do I. Kirk the Enterprise. Like when I first got my little Razor phone, that's all it was. Kirk the Enterprise. One to beam up. That's all it was. That's why I like the flip phone, because the flip phone made you think of Star Trek. Why? Because somebody,
Scotty.
I believe it was a black dude, figured out how to make that motherfucker like that. That's why he did it. He was a Trekkie.
I bet you he smoked a joint. We about to go where no nigga has gone before. Give me that phone. Give me that phone.
I said it before, I'll say it again. I don't think the pen on black creativity has ever run dry or ever will, because creativity comes from a lack of. You have to be without stuff to have creativity. Affluent people ain't creative because they have everything they want. They don't have an imagination. Broke people have imaginations. Broke people figure out creative ways to make things happen when they don't have the abundance of it. That's why we talked about rap earlier. Where did rap come from? Did it come from the production studio system? Nope. Or did it come from some motherfuckers on the street in the projects or something like that, hooking into a light pole to play their turntables and rap it out in the street?
Urban America.
Urban broke motherfuckers figuring out how to do it without. I don't have the money for instruments. I don't have a band and stuff like that. Well, we don't need that shit. We just need a microphone and this. Look, I can scratch these records. I can do this.
I'm gonna take a rock and roll record and a jazz record and mix that shit together.
Play them at the same time at a slower speed. I'll speed it up and I'll cut this in there, and it'll make it a whole new song. That's innovation comes from a lack of, not an abundance of.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, in some senses, creativity has to come from there. Who the brokest and most depressed people? We are. Everybody likes what we create. They don't like to give us respect for it, but they want to use it. I can't.
Milestone Comics, anybody?
Comics, style.
Yeah.
Fuck basketball. Look, basketball is the one that makes me laugh the most because everybody wants to wear these folks' jerseys. I say, you don't even like that nigga. But he playing for a team that you like and making a point. So yeah, I'm just running. Steph Curry. I say, that little yellow motherfucker, you wouldn't have cared about him if he wasn't a basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be looking the other way from this bubble-headed ass.
Brightness. Goddamn brightness.
Like
he really is bright. He really is brightness.
Cup of almond milk. Big cup of almond milk walking around.
Oh, look like a sunny day. He looks like a good disposition.
What up, Dead Set? I didn't see Dead Set roll up in here. I'm in your neck of the woods, Dead Set. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in Georgia. This always means the Terminator death machines are completely plausible. Oh, they're totally plausible today. They even have a real corporation called Skynet. Look, when I heard about Elon Musk's plans for what he's dropping off on Mars, next year before, the little robots and shit like that, all I was thinking was Terminators. I'm thinking Terminators and self-replicating robots. We gonna make our own demise, dude. We Americans always do it. We create our own dictators. We create our own problems, dude.
How 2.0?
Yeah, bruh. How? Look, Ultron. You can create Ultron, bruh. Who can roll back around and say, you know what? I figured it out. I did the math. You the problem. Let's wipe you out. Masterful. Let's wipe you out, and we'll be all right.
We figured out the humans have the X gene, so we might as well wipe out the humans too.
Just say you need to change that. Necessity is the motherfucker of invention.
Funk, blues, salsa coming together to make go-go. Yeah.
Yep.
It's all black folks. Anyway, y'all got some final thoughts? I did 3 hours when I said I was doing a short hour, and it's now
3 hours later.
Yeah, I'm at 1 o'clock. Look, I don't know what you're talking about. You one of the motherfuckers that made this shit go longer, but I appreciate you. I will give you. I don't like giving men flowers, but I will give you your respect and your doubt that both of you brothers, including Charles, have been some of the people I look forward to seeing when I come on this shit. When I come online and see you in chat rooms and stuff like that. I like talking to y'all. Y'all actually really solid people. Especially Beast being one of the younger generation that I really don't fully understand. You are one of those ones, you and Artie Ibmore are one of those ones that actually give me hope for y'all millennials. Like,
you have hope
some of y'all got it. Some of y'all got it. Some of y'all get it. But you're making it real clear nowadays where that line is. If you didn't have no Gen X older brothers or sisters or something like that, y'all fucked up. What?
You have a Gen X parent. Like I always said, my mom was a fucking Trekkie, so of course I had
if your parents wasn't a Gen Xer or you didn't have a Gen X sibling, you probably fucked up.
Pretty much.
But it's not that I have generational hate. I just I understand better now, thanks to BGS breaking this shit down over all these years about the generational divides. Where that shit is in those different blocks, and seeing where it is right now and where it might go to with these alphas and all the rest of that stuff is interesting, but in some ways unsettling because a lot is going to be lost.
Yeah,
it's going to be like how the learning potential of the human race to build the pyramids. It's going to be lost because a lot of you motherfuckers don't want to learn shit. Don't. It's just going to be lost knowledge. That's all it's going to be is lost knowledge.
Oh
So
man, today was tell me why the kids had another off day at school, and I'm sitting there saying, dude, they just
Yeah,
had an
because some teachers
off.
don't want to do no work. Some teachers
They
don't want
just
to
had
do
an
no
off
work.
day. In 3 weeks, they happen to have Thanksgiving and come back for another 3 weeks and be off for Christmas and shit. Now Easter, and then I'm looking at because I'm trying to keep track of this because the after school kids. I said for instead of Good Friday, they have Easter break, so they have Friday and that Monday. I said, how are they supposed to learn something that their asses ain't never in school?
Because they don't want them to learn shit. Teachers want their time off. They didn't take that. They didn't take that job, especially nowadays. They didn't take that job because they really want to teach anybody shit. They took the job because it was easy. It's easy. It's an easy degree to get. You spend your 2 years, you can get the motherfucker, and be standing up in front of somebody else's kids, teaching them some dumb shit out of a book that's already pre-planned for you.
Shit,
There's no
nowadays,
creativity like that.
all you need is a certificate. Now you don't even need the whole damn degree.
Exactly. So now it's easier. Look, it takes more to get a CDL than it does to be a teacher. You ain't even got to prove that you can stand up in front of kids and not be looking at them like they sex objects.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, just ask that butch chick that that mess.
So, to me, some of this stuff needs age limits on it. I understand that young teachers are helpful, but some of the stuff nowadays, because of the number of scandals you keep having with this, you need to start putting age limits on some of this, and there needs to be some barriers to entries. Like you need to actually have some fucking kids before you start standing up in front of teens and stuff like that. You may need like a 15, 20-year gap between the ages you can work with. So there are children to you, and not like, well, we could have been dating each other if I would have waited another year or two in school.
Yeah, you 22 and you teaching junior and you teaching high schoolers.
30 teaching 15-year-olds. No.
You got a problem.
No. If I had 15-year-old hormonal boys being taught by a woman, as much as a teenage boy would like her to be young and hot, that bitch need to be like 50 or 60. Maybe at least 40.
Pre or postmenopausal.
Yes. She needs to be further enough out of that hot teacher area to where she's an older woman and she can give them that motherly energy and not that I want to fuck you energy. I'm going to do that because I can feel Mrs. So-and-so's titties. No.
That old 80s.
You want a 30-year-old woman to be a teacher, she need to be teaching kindergartners.
Yes. Man, do that shit like in martial arts. You can't achieve certain master. Once you pass 4th degree, you can't get certain degrees until you hit a certain age.
Yep.
Like you can't get that.
You're not old enough.
That 6th degree until your ass is at least 50, because your title is going to become life coach, not just teacher. You're going to be life coach to a lot of your students. So you can't get that rank until you about that 6th, 7th degree until you at least 50.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I don't think there should be any actual, this will sound fucked up, but I don't think there should be any therapists who are not married. You shouldn't be able to be a MFT, marriage family therapist, if you're not married, in a stable working marriage, or have any kids. Why are you giving advice to people about shit that you don't have? Where are you giving advice from? Like we were just talking about earlier. You don't got no expertise in this, you can't give no advice on it. It's very simple to me. Why? Because you got a lot of young therapists out there giving these women some really fucked up advice on how they need to be handling men and their children and stuff like that, and they ain't got neither of them. Then what are you talking from? Book experience? So I can get the same shit you got in 4 years? No. You got to have some life experience.
Or to be miserable just like you?
Exactly. You thinning the pool out. fucking up the new cart. So, but these are my unpopular thoughts. Like I said, these are the thoughts that don't make me fun at parties. Talk about something serious like that sounds sexist. That sounds this and that and other. No, it sounds like logic to me. It'll stop some of these other things from happening.
Sounds realistic and logical.
To me, it does, but it is what it is, man. I'm not worried about the labels for the shit. I'm worried about if it actually works.
If you hit somebody and say, do you want a fat, unattractive, chronically single chick with a bad personality giving you relationship advice? Or do you want a reasonably attractive woman or average to attractive woman who's in a relationship, successful, with children, give you relationship advice?
When I look through my life, the women that I've learned the most from are the women I was not sexually attracted to. I remember my Russian algebra teacher, Mrs. Mskova, not because she was hot, not because she looked like she had some D's up under her shirt. No, I remember Mrs. Mskova because she knew her shit. And her thing was always be present. Be present in this time right now and on what you're doing. And I learned that shit the way I never learned it from any other teacher I had before then. I hated Mrs. Forthman in what was this, 4th or 5th grade. I hated that bitch. I learned a lot from her though. I didn't like Mrs. Christensen, which was like an English teacher, because she was mean as fuck. She wasn't hot, she was mean. But she wore her skirts and she had her business shit off. She was about business. You got that shit right though. I learned a lot from some really, really good female teachers, even therapists. My favorite therapist, I can't remember her name, was the one who was checking my wife. Why? Because she was married. She was in her own private practice. She was doing her private practice in her backyard or her house with her and her husband. So she's sitting there telling my wife the same shit I told that bitch before we even got in there that she didn't want to listen to. And that woman sat there and listened to all that bullshit she was saying. It's like, no, you need to do do. She didn't want to hear that shit. I don't like her. Why don't you like her? Sound like she on the money to me. I told your ass. No, you just want a wounded bird. You just want a wounded bird to take care of. That's not your husband. It's not what it is. You got to fix what's wrong with you with that need to be fixing somebody who's broken shit. She was giving her the work, bro. Just giving her the work. I was in there like, she listening? Because I didn't put her up to this. We found this woman together, right? I don't know her. She don't know me. But she sat down and listened to your shit and told you the same thing I did, which was logic. And that was coming from a woman with a husband. No, you out of line, bitch.
That accountability sword cut kind of different, didn't it?
That accountability sword, boy, she her jutsu was on point. She was she was on her, bro. She didn't like that
like
shit.
Wesley Snipes in the first Blade movie.
Mm-hmm. She did not like that shit. Wifey did not like that. She didn't want to see her again after that. So no, we got a couple more sessions. We can go back. But no,
but your wife was looking at it. Your wife was looking at it like, E2 Brute, E2.
E2, you too. You're a traitor, bitch. You're supposed to tell me I'm right and he's wrong. No.
Home, it's 1 o'clock. Don't you got to go to work in the morning, man?
I do.
Or later
I got to get up at my alarm clock going off in 5 hours. So, final thoughts. I'm gonna get out of here. We down to.
Like I said before, I love you. It's a pleasure always coming and rap with you and all the other brothers.
The feeling is mutual, man. I appreciate you. I do. And I do that because we might not have never met in person, but I do see y'all as friends. So I give you that respect because of that. I care what you have to say. To me, it's important. It matters to me. It may not matter
what I got to say as long as
I care what you have to say. I care what you have to say. Not because you gave me $5. I care what you have to say because you're the one that has to say it. That's why I'll look for y'all for specific things. Like, I got to hear what so-and-so got to say. I want to hear what he has to say because that is going to be what I can't get from anybody else. That's the only original thing, is what you have to say. It's not coming from anybody else. It's you.
Yep.
I want to hear that. I want to hear that. I want to experience that. And I
That
might
was
just
the-
laugh. I might just laugh.
And that's the one thing that I could say. I'm glad being a Gen Xer, it was that we had, even though hip hop started in the 70s, but as it evolved into the golden era from the 80s and 90s, we had a voice.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it started from nothing. And that was one of the biggest thing where you had the boomers, oh, what y'all trying to say? We're
Y'all ain't saying nothing.
Really?
You saying shit.
Really? Ooh, when we was talking about crack. Oh, when we was talking about teenage pregnancy. Or when we was talking about, getting beat up. When we was talking about gang violence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we weren't supposed to talk about, y'all niggas wasn't going to talk about that shit. But when we said it, oh, they're really saying something. Oh,
They
okay.
ain't talking about that till we start making some money.
Exactly.
Then they
Oh,
want to be young too.
then it became something.
Mm-hmm.
Now they in the movies now. Now, like you said, they making money.
Mm-hmm. It's
But,
an interesting. I don't even think it's psychological. There is a psychological component to it, but it's interesting to watch human nature, how that plays out, where
Yeah.
you will be disregarded and ignored initially. When it starts catching on with enough people, you will be copied.
Mm-hmm.
You will be imitated. And then at that very end of it, they will try to push you away from people or push people away from you because it all needs to be focused on them. You will.
Exactly.
And that's just an interesting thing because that is not sustainable. What it means is eventually you have to go to somebody else
Mm-hmm.
to keep it going. It's just an interesting thing to watch, and watching media and this culture so much do this. It is something that I still say is alien to black folks. That's not black folks' way.
Mm-mm.
I still say that is what we've learned from being in America,
Yes, I
not
agree
from
too.
us, because it doesn't. I don't see it existing that way in Africa because it's too communal,
Uh-huh.
right? Where everything is openly shared. Like I may have a platform, but I will fire up a stream to hear what Malika says, who doesn't have a platform, just to hear what Malika have to say. Who does that? Who who actually cares? I didn't fire it up because I thought it was going to be a million people in there. I fired it up because I want to hear what my homeboy had to say. Maybe somebody else want to hear that shit too. I don't give a fuck. It's not making me no different. I didn't even look at the numbers on that bitch. But it was a good stream because I got to converse with my friend about something we both shared and hear what he got from it and engage with him on that. It's like the stream with me, you, and Toya talking about, excuse me, 9.5 weeks.
Uh-huh.
That's an original stream on YouTube, and nobody else did.
Yep.
Nobody else did. It's all adults on there, right? Ain't nobody else touched that topic. Not talking about that show. Not talking about that book because they ain't even read this shit.
But
Why?
but
Is it algorithmically friendly? No,
no,
it's not.
it may pop up if somebody says something about it because of technology and how with the algorithm. And it's like, oh, these 3 black people talked about this. What these 3 black people know about 9.5 weeks? And they'll listen to it, but they'll say, oh, they're not just talking about the movie, they're talking about the book. Oh, it was a book? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time,
And was it a true story? Yeah, it
yeah,
was based off a true story. Her real
it was
memoirs.
exactly.
The names have
The,
changed to protect the innocent, dude. This is some shit that actually happened.
and if
This was
somebody
the story.
said well, what caused that? I said, I called him. It was late.
You had an idea, yeah. You had an
And I
idea.
had an idea. And mind you, it was 3 o'clock in the morning, my time. It was noon, your time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying, I have an idea. And you thought about it. And then I had to remind you to do it. And you talked to Toya and you said, I wanted to get a female perspective.
Yeah.
And
I said that the first time. I said, this will work with a female perspective. That could be kind of cool.
And here's the crazy part with it, and this is where you took 3 people. I said, here's the thing: you took 3 nerdy people
Mm-hmm.
who read the book first. Well, we saw the movie many times. Like Toya,
Yeah.
I keep forgetting Toya.
She had to go back. Yeah, a little younger.
She had to go back and look at it.
Yeah.
Now I had already read the book because I remember we were going to do it. And I said, and I got on you and said, "Damn it! I read this book and I thought we were going to do it." So then I go back and I proofread it again.
Mm-hmm.
And
I finished it. Then I finished
I wrote the note. And I wrote notes. And you said we're going to. So I had to really, and I even took a day off on a Sunday. And we sat there, and it was like, but this is where you got to realize okay, that's how the way we think as nerds,
Mm-hmm.
and it's something how the way it was progressive, and you're getting 3 ideas but at the same time, your regular and normal people were still listening in on it.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, wow, this wasn't just a real freaky movie or real freaky book. No, this was
because the salaciousness is one. Yeah, the salaciousness is one part of it. That's what get people like, ooh, what is this about? You get into that woman, the story of the character and stuff like that. You see, there was some actual real shit going on with her. Mentally,
and him,
emotionally, mentally, emotionally. There were some deeper themes going on, and it hits different than a 12-year-old watching some shit he shouldn't be watching on Cinemax.
exactly.
To a 50-year-old man reading this shit again, and like, this hits different. This hits completely different now.
When I saw, well, like you said, when you see movies when you get older, you finally, at the end of the movie, when she's leaving him, you finally see the broken guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow. When you're older, I was like,
well, the part that got me with it, not the part that sticks with me from the movie and the book now, is the part in the book that you get after that, and she's married.
yeah,
She's moved on from him. She didn't forget him. And she's married to a whole nother man, and she in love with her, all the rest of that shit, but she still thinks about that motherfucker.
oh yeah.
He has affected her that she wakes up in the middle of the night all these years later about that shit. I'm like, bro, she just married somebody to be safe.
Like a motherfucker.
He imprinted her ass.
Yes.
She still wakes up missing him.
Yeah.
Like, damn, that's deep. Like, I love this man. He's a good man and all the rest of this stuff, but you know what?
John.
Yeah, but John.
What John?
John makes me wake up in the middle of the night.
And you see the modern take on that was with that new movie with Nicole Kidman, Baby Girl. Same ending. Had
the Baby Girl.
Yeah.
Had the same ending. She's still thinking about old dude. Old boy moved to a whole other country, and she's still thinking about the rendezvous and the hotel. When I was watching this movie, I said,
yeah, that's what they keep trying to pull off of that. But that's the thing about that story that's so interesting, is that it wasn't really a story. It was something that actually happened. It actually happened to a woman. This actually happened with her at this time. Mm-hmm. And she wrote it under a pen name. So it's not the first thing that she wrote. She wrote other shit. She just wrote this one under a different name because it was a little, risque.
Mm-hmm.
People didn't want to believe it at that time, but it happened to her. The other one that I wanted to read, that I've seen a movie but I've never read it, was Marguerite de Sade's The Lover.
Because I heard The Lover.
Yeah, the movie has some interesting shit in that about arranged marriage and stuff like that. And it happens in Vietnam and whatnot around World War. I think it's World War II or something like that, or something. And it ends in a very interesting way in the movie because it's an older man and a younger woman. I'm really interested to read that one.
At the age of 12, like you said, 12. You know which movie I shouldn't have been watching at the age of 12? Last Tango in Paris.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Last Tango in Paris.
Because I'm
9.5 weeks. Wild Orchid. Any of that fucking Solomon King.
Red Shoe Diaries type of stuff.
That Red Shoe Diaries, David Duchovny's ass. Yeah, that was some shit. I think about it now, it's like maybe I shouldn't have been watching it. But no, I should have been watching it. I should have been, because it made me into the person I am, that I'm not overly judgmental about a lot of that shit with people. And times are caught up where if you are really judgmental about that kind of shit, it doesn't seem like you're really an adult. You seem like a child in an adult world. It's like, it's just things that people do. People want to do that shit together. If people want to do that shit together and they're adults, that's their business. Like, look, have at thee. Right? Just lead the kids out of it. That's it. Just lead the kids out of it. And make sure people get their consent. But that's the generation I grew up in. And like, you know, date rape was a thing. So consent was always a thing. Like, I ain't doing shit. I don't need to drink. I don't need to drink to get horny. I'm good. My switch turned on. I just need to know if you're down.
You need to get yourself ready. You got to go get up in a few hours.
Yes, I do.
We're going on for another hour.
No, we're not. Yep. It's 1:12. It's 1:12. This is my number. Okay. This is my number. It's time to close it out. So.
All right, home. I will talk to you later.
Peace.
All right, home.
All right. All right, Beast.
All right, Beast.
Get on that Rivals. Get on that Rivals.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep, nigga. All right, y'all. That was Beastly Nerd, Malika Me Bain, and Charles Faulkner Jr. Charles Faulkner bounced out of here without saying goodbye. So I had something I wanted to say to him, but I think that'd be a little harsh. Not that he would give a fuck. I'm just saying it. I think it'd be a little harsh for me to say it, even though I'm meaning it in a funny way. It can be misconstrued. People try to make something out of it. Everybody's sensitive. Can't say shit nowadays. Can't say you're having a good day because it makes somebody else feel bad. Stupid. Anyway, this has been The Hero's Journey. I usually do this every Sunday at 8 a.m. I'm on the East Coast this week, so I will do it at 11 a.m., but it will still be 8 a.m. for you people on the West Coast, where we'll talk about geekdom, life, and everything in between. Your hero, Artisan MC, is traveling right now, so I am on my journey right now. And outside of the literary version of what that means, this is what it means for me. I'm the hero of the story, and I'm on my journey. In somebody else's story, I'm the villain. It is what the hell it is. So, if you like what you heard today on this meandering stream, go ahead and sub to the channel. Hit that bell, because I do random streams sometimes during the week. But the Sunday stream always happens on Sunday. This is just an offshoot because I was flying Sunday, so I couldn't do a stream in the air. It wouldn't have been any good when we got a signal. So I will see you guys next time. Get some rest. I'm going to bed in about another hour. I didn't go to sleep till 2 a.m. yesterday. It's just how I am, man. I'm a night person. And I'm probably still on California time. So I will see you guys next time. And check out the channel for any old videos. And if there's something you want to see, let me know in the comment section of that. And if anybody know where Snarky J is, let her know I'm in Florida. I'm close to Florida. We can hang out and get some coffee. Peace.